Welcome in, YouTube friends. Welcome in, YouTube friends. We're going to get started over here. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what we're going to play today. I think we're going to play Mellowship Slinky. We're going to play, Mellowship Slinky in B major by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So for those of you on the tube, that's what we're starting with. So there you go, guys. So I know you can't listen. Stupid copyright rules on the tube, but now you know. No one's half the battle. And so we're going to get things rocking and rolling over there. There we go. Let's do it. Hey, Frenchy Bunch, what's happening? All right. Welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in. Happy Monday to everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, Trent. Oh, boy. Hey, guys. Let's see who's here. Who's here? Who am I saying hi to? I don't want to. I'll try to say hi to everybody. Here's I said hi to Frenchie. Hi, Long Way. Okay, Blue Dot. Heyo. Weasel. Hi. Long Way. Jesse. Hello. Val. Hello, Crystal. Hello, friend. Trent. Hey, D. Burbles. Hello. Midwest Progressive. Dolphin. Hi. Hi, friend. How are you? Blue Heart. Slay is here. Okay. Oh, you're not here? Okay. Okay. Do me a favor, guys, and do all those good things. We're going to reset that gift goal. Appreciate you guys. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Thank you. I mean, person who isn't here. All right. Hey, Jackie. Hey, guys. Welcome in, guys. What's up? What's up? You guys do me a favor and keep liking that screen and help out with the live goal. And if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. We can have a conversation. And we'll get started here shortly. That's right, Gen X. The best kind of chili peppers. I appreciate all of you guys, by the way, going over to the tube and if you subscribing, dropping a like, dropping a comment, doing all those things. If you watch for a minute or two, that's great. Even if you come back over here, it's very appreciated. Thank you for helping out with the algo. Thank you, guys. thoughts on the NYC mayoral race? Yeah, Mom Donnie. Think he's going to win it. At least that's what the numbers at the moment say. I'd be pretty surprised if Cuomo pulled it out, to be honest with you. I'd be surprised, I have to say. Anyways, we're listening to a little more Chili Peppers. Once again, guys, I appreciate all of you fine folks getting here as we get started. Please keep liking that screen. And we're going to set up a new gift goal. Let's see. What are we going to pick today? Pick something fun. And once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Let's have a conversation. And we're going to start taking people here shortly. All right, let's do those. That'll be fun. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, looks like we got someone in the box, so we're going to get started here. All right. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. We're going to start with our first guest. We'll see what we got. Limitless. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Forecast of today. Well, it looks like idiot Americans.
Hi, Limitless. Hi, did you vote?
Liars, so
Hi, Limitless. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
America's a complete idiot.
Hi, Limitless. I'm going to try one more time. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Democrats and Republicans are corrupted.
Okay, I guess you just. I don't know what's wrong with you, but best of luck to you, Limitless. Best of luck. It's weird. Anyways, if you're somewhat normal and you can have a conversation, hop on up. That's great. Cool. That was quite the crash out. Anyways, all right, let's see what else we got here. Robbie, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did. How you doing tonight?
Just fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Can you tell me how old you are and what state you voted in, please?
36, Georgia.
Okay. Would you like to discuss one of the subjects I have above, or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
Yeah, I don't think Trump caused the shutdown.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Well, for one, Trump's the last person that I would reach to begin with, but all it took was to vote yes on the clean CR and give the 7 weeks needed to find a agreement on another bipartisan bill, and we could have avoided this whole shutdown. Not saying it wouldn't have happened after the 7 weeks, but it could have been avoided. At least could have attempted to be avoided.
Well, okay. Interesting point. I've got two things for you on that, if you'll allow me. Two things for you. So number one, there's somebody that disagrees with you that it's not Donald Trump's fault, or at least not the president's fault, I should say. And this is the person who disagrees with you that it's not the president's fault if there's a government shutdown.
The president would be blamed. If there is a shutdown, and it's not going to be a horrible shutdown because, as you know, things will sort of keep.
Well, it was a partial shutdown, right?
If there is a shutdown, I think it would be a tremendously negative mark on the president of the United States. He's the one that has to get people together.
So do you disagree with Donald Trump, who thinks that it's the president's fault if there's a government shutdown?
Yeah, I still disagree. I mean, even like I wouldn't have blamed any president for there being a government shutdown. because the last person that receives any bill is the president. So
Well, but the Republicans hold the House and the Senate, and the president is a Republican, and he is the head of the party. So wouldn't it be his job to be the one to negotiate a deal?
So the House cleared the bill. Well, not even the bill. Wasn't even a bill. It was a resolution.
Well,
the
except
Senate,
there was nothing to compromise on because the House
it was the same.
Except it
clean
wasn't
resolution.
clean. Yeah, I know. We gotta get off this. Hold on, but let me just finish my second point. Then we can discuss it. Okay. I promise. I'll give you time. We'll chat. It sounds like we can have a reasonable conversation, my friend. I promise.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to do what the last guy did.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But let me just say that the other thing that's important to know here, because I appreciate what you said. You're like, hey, let's just do this, and then we can have a reasonable discussion and avoid a shutdown. I agree with you 100%, because that's what the Democrats did in March when they said, hey, the ACA subsidies are expiring in November. We don't want to vote for this CR unless we do something to address it. And do you know what the Republicans said? They said, we'll negotiate with you on this. And the Democrats said, okay, we'll pass the CR in March. And do you know what the Republicans have done since March? They didn't negotiate on anything. Not only did they not negotiate on anything, they passed the massive tax bill that made it even worse. So, yeah, the Democrats tried that already. Exactly what you said. Exactly what you said, because I agree with you. I agree with you that would be the right way to go about it, and that's what they did in March. They already tried that. And the Republicans lied and said that they were going to negotiate on it, and then they didn't.
Yeah, there wasn't very much negotiation on
No.
it.
It's my friend. I just have to point out there wasn't. It's not that there wasn't much negotiating. There was no negotiation.
Oh yeah, none.
None.
Well,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was none. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's a derogatory mark on the Republican side.
Yep.
It is 100%. But when it come down to it, like if we could have just passed the CR, the continuing resolution, and at that point, if it would have been passed when it was crunch time, look, just to fund the government where so many people didn't lose food benefits.
Yeah, except for the fact that no one had to lose food benefits because there was plenty of money to fund SNAP even in the event of a government shutdown, because SNAP is funded even in the event of a government shutdown. And whatever you're about to say, hold on, time out. Whatever you're about to say, my friend, I want to help you. I want to help you out because I want to help you. Whatever you're about to say about SNAP not being able to be funded right now, or there's some reason why he can't release funding or whatever it is, it's wrong. It's not true, because during every other government shutdown, that's not been the case. And 2 federal judges also ruled that that's not the case. Federal judges who know way more about the law and about our government than you or I do. They've said absolutely not. That's not a thing. Whatever the Trump administration has been trying to argue, it's simply untrue. There's $8 billion sitting there for SNAP recipients, and the Trump administration is simply not releasing it because they want people to feel the pain. They want people to hurt because they think that that's a good thing, because they think that if people are hurting, that it will make there be more pressure on the Democrats. That's what they want. They wanted a government shutdown. See, they've been planning this for quite some time. They've been hoping it would happen. And I understand what you're saying. You're like, why didn't the Democrats just keep the government open and we could negotiate? It's because they already did that, and the Republicans wouldn't negotiate. And even still, since the shutdown started, there's been no negotiation. There's been zero negotiation. The House has been out of session now for 40 days. Donald Trump said, I'm not negotiating. He met one time with Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries once. And that meeting ended in less than an hour, and it ended with them posting racist memes of Hakeem Jeffries on the White House official Twitter account. I mean, like, that's not a negotiation. Come on.
There's almost no negotiating with Schumer and Jeffries. Like,
that's not true. If there's no negotiation with them, then why did they pass the continuing resolution in March?
Well, because they didn't. I mean, they didn't have anything to lose in March.
That's not true. They had everything
That
to
is
lose
true.
because what they were trying to do was they were trying to compromise, and they were trying to say, okay, we're not going to shut the government down now because we want to make a compromise on ACA subsidies. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Now they have nothing to lose because they already tried that and it didn't work.
Well, no, SNAP benefits wouldn't have ran out in March. SNAP benefits ran out now because the kitty's gone.
SNAP benefits, when the government is shut down, still would have run out.
No, the government has been shut down for longer than it is right now, and SNAP benefits has never. Nobody's ever faced this before.
That's not
Ever.
true. 100%.
That
Okay,
is true.
how long was the? That's 100% not true. How long was the government shut down the last time that Donald Trump shut the government down?
I don't know.
It was 35 days, which is still not as long as it is right now. We're approaching it. We're almost there,
And
but it was
nobody lost
longer.
SNAP benefits.
Hold on. What? And nobody exactly. And nobody. And
Exactly.
why did nobody lose SNAP benefits?
Because it was still funded.
Yes, it was still funded in exactly the same way that it is funded right now. The only reason that SNAP benefits aren't going out is because the Trump administration is holding funds that were already
that's not
appropriated.
true.
Yes, it is, sir. Okay, then all right, you're making a claim that the funds have run out. I want you to prove your claim.
the funds for SNAP. So
Great,
yeah,
prove. Okay, I want you to prove it to me. Then
everything-
I'd like Robbie.
everything is funded.
Robbie. Then Robbie. I want a source on that because what you're saying is patently false.
It's not,
Because
it's
the
not-
Robbie,
Oh my
listen,
God. Well,
listen.
can I get a word in? So you're telling me that there's no way that it could run out of funding. So if a bill was passed a year ago for a certain X amount of dollars to fund SNAP. No, go ahead. I see you. Go ahead.
That's not what I never said that it was indefinite. I never said that the money would never run out. That's not what I said. What I said was they've funded SNAP at the very least through November because what they do is there is a contingency plan in place. There were contingency funds that were already in place, just like they did the last shutdown, which is why this wasn't an issue the last shutdown. Even though it went for 35 days, nobody lost their SNAP or EBT or WIC because the same thing happened. Because our Congress said, well, we don't want people to starve. We don't want that to happen to people. So even if there's a government shutdown, we don't want those things to happen to people. They did the exact same thing this time. The only difference this time is that the Trump administration decided to fuck with it. That's why they got sued. That's why there are two federal judges going, you have to release the funds that are available, that are there. That's the thing that we're talking about, Robbie. It's not that they're not trying to force Donald Trump to pay some money that doesn't exist. There are contingency funds that exist. It's $8 billion. It's there. It just like last time when we had a shutdown that lasted 35 days. We're in day 33 or 34 now. I forget which it is. But we haven't even reached the length that we did last time. That's what I'm trying to tell you, my friend, is that we can argue about a lot of things. But one thing that is just a fact is that SNAP was funded by Congress through the month of November. And the only reason that money isn't going out is because the Trump administration is telling the USDA not to fully fund SNAP. Period. The end. And they have the right. They think that they have the right to do so because the USDA falls into the Department of Agriculture, and the Department of Agriculture is the Secretary of Agriculture is part of the executive branch. So they think that they have the ability to do so, even though two federal judges have now said, no, you don't, because that was money appropriated by Congress. Does that make sense?
It makes, yeah, it does. It makes complete sense. I may need to do a little more research on that. I'll concede.
Listen, my friend, I don't like a government shutdown. I don't like that this is happening, and I don't love any of this. But I agree. And like I said, I agree with you. And that's why I agreed with what the Democrats. In fact, there were some people saying that the Democrats should have played hardball all the way back in March. And I was like, nope. Bad move. I don't think that they should do it. Because I agree with you.
should
I agree
ever-
with you. I
Nobody
said
should ever play hardball with the lifestyle of the populace. Nobody should ever do that.
exactly, which is why one of the things that bothers me so much about this is what JD Vance said about this. Do you know what JD Vance said?
I'm not a big
about-
fan of JD Vance, so
I'm not a big
I'm
fan
not.
of JD Vance too, but the thing that's going on here is that the JD Vance in all of this, he and the people that are behind the Trump administration now, they're the ones who are saying we want a government shutdown. We wanted a government shutdown. Did you know that less than a year ago, when they got elected, they were like, we're going to force a government shutdown. The Republicans were saying that. J.D. Vance was saying this. In fact, here is him saying it on camera on a podcast. Allow me to let me show you right here. And here you go. It's short clip.
Why shouldn't we be trying to force this government shutdown fight to get something out of it that's good for the American people? Like, why have a government if it's not a functioning government?
Now, the last time I showed that, someone was like, "Oh, you took that out of context." We actually went back and we found the entire podcast, and he's literally just talking about strategies that he thinks that the Republicans should be doing that they weren't doing at the time. And he made a point to say, "Hey, I think that they should do a government shutdown." That's basically it. Like, there's nothing else in terms of context there. You're more than welcome to go back and look at that whole podcast of it. I'm just
wasn't
saying.
even going to say anything about the context. Just
Yeah.
even in that short clip, he actually kind of contradicted himself. He was talking about his government shutdown, and then immediately said, "Why have a government if it can't be a functioning government?"
Well, yeah, he's saying why have a government if it can't be a functioning government? But he said we should have a government shutdown.
Oh yeah, no, that's why. I'm not a big.
Yeah.
So JD Vance is a little more radical than I am, as far as he's a little further right than I am.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of JD Vance. There's many. There's a few other people I would have rather Trump picked as their running mate, but whatever.
It's fair.
Yeah, I'm not a JD Vance. I'm not a Vance fan.
I mean, and the other thing, Robbie, that I'll tell you is that hi Emma, hi. The other thing that I'll tell you is that it's not just the Democrats that are saying this. They're Republicans are saying this, and not like some centrist. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying this. Chip Roy is saying this. These are people who are hardcore MAGA Republicans, right? They're saying this is our fault as Republicans. We need to extend the ACA subsidies. We should learn how to govern. Like, have you heard Marjorie Taylor Greene say this?
Yeah, I have.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's
So
I feel like
I'm
that's
with extending the ACA subsidies and everything, but I'm also with knocking down the overspending. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the overall goal, and they're just not going the right way about it.
absolutely. So why are we sending $40 billion to Argentina?
We shouldn't be sending $40,000 to Argentina. We shouldn't be spending $400 billion in any foreign wars. We shouldn't be doing none of that, in my opinion.
Yeah, right. But so we're sending $40 billion to Argentina. We're trying to start a war in Venezuela. We're maybe trying to start a war in Nigeria. We're like, what's going on?
The
here?
Venezuela thing, man, that's a hard push. That's where I think that his heart's in the right place, but he's going about it the wrong way. He wants to stop the influx of drugs into America, which I believe would benefit us all.
Let's just say, hey, Robbie, just do me a favor. Say substances, please. Substances.
sorry.
I know TikTok. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know.
That's all right. Just say substances. Please continue.
But I'm pretty sure we can agree on stopping the influx of substances. That's great.
Absolutely.
But how is what he's doing to almost essentially rowboats. You know that, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not. I mean, I'm not on board with that either.
Exactly. And also, even if they were boats carrying substances, do we just unalive people without any evidence, without cause? Like we don't do I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. We don't do that. Like we if somebody is committing a crime, well, we have the Coast Guard, we have the Navy. Like go get them.
Yeah.
Go get them.
Yeah,
Send somebody get them. And if they're committing a crime, then pick them up and be like, hey, that's it. You know, I mean,
if they were to send the Coast Guard or the Navy to them, and then they acted aggressively towards who's coming, that would be one thing.
That's a whole other story, man.
That would be one thing.
You know who the Gang of Eight are, right?
Not
you ever
familiar.
heard that? The Gang of Eight are 4 Republican senators and 4 Democratic senators. I forget who they all are off the top of my head. It's shuffled now with the new Congress. I used to know all of them, but my brain, I'm old now. But there's 8 of them, and what's supposed to happen is they're supposed to be consulted when the president does any major defense action or takes some sort of action like this, or there's a strike or something like that. That's the whole point, right? Because with the authorization of force, the president is still supposed to notify Congress and supposed to say, this is what I'm doing. This is what's going on, right? You know that he hasn't provided any of that information to Congress. And there are 2 Republican senators, and again, off the top of my head, I forget which 2, we can look it up. There's 2 Republican senators that have now written multiple letters to Pete Hegseth asking him for Oh, you still with us, Robbie?
Yeah, sorry, my brother. My brother's listening. My brother texts me. He's listening.
Okay. Hi, Robbie's brother. There's 2.
He's a veteran. He's anyway. Yeah,
all right, well, thanks for your service, Robbie. Thank you for your service, Robbie's brother. How about that? But there's 2 Republican senators who have written Pete Hegseth now multiple times saying, where's the evidence that show us what's going on? We need to see this. We haven't seen this. There's no satisfactory evidence that what you're doing is appropriate, and they haven't seen it. Mark Warner, Senator Mark Warner, who is one of the Gang of Eight, was just on the Sunday morning shows yesterday, and he said, my 2 colleagues, I forget the 2 again, the names of the 2 Republican senators, but he's like, my 2 colleagues just told me they've requested this information and we haven't seen it. And again, those sorts of things are really, really concerning, and it does make it feel like we're angling to actually start a war because
I mean, there's been an ongoing war since the 90s, the war on substances.
Yeah, but not like this.
Yeah, but this is a different. This ain't your everyday average people pushing substances on your everyday average street corner. Like, that. So even though I don't agree with the way it's going about, the way things are happening, the amount of lives that can be saved from what's happening, I feel like far outweighs what's actually happening. You know what I mean? So I mean, I hate to be that way. I do, but it's just.
So what kind of substances come in on those boats? The ones from Venezuela.
I mean, can I say that on TikTok?
What? Just use coded language.
I mean, there's C and F, I guess. What?
The C. When you say the C drug, sure. The F drug, the F substance, absolutely not. Well, none of that come. So, I want to give you some facts about this.
Maybe it's not made there, but
no. Hold on, time out. We know all the facts on this because this has been studied extensively because the American government is trying to stop this. None of the F substance comes from Venezuela. Do you know where it comes from? It comes from China and Mexico, but mainly not. It actually comes from American citizens. In fact, 86% of all F substances that come into America come from American citizens bringing it in. It's not
bring
from
it
other.
in from other
What's that?
countries.
Yeah,
Bring it in
mainly
from-
from China. It comes in on shipping containers, and then what happens is it comes in components, and then the people here, the Americans, they put it together here. They make it here. Mexico isn't the problem, and Mexican people aren't the problem. Again, 86%
So
of
not
all
Mexican
people,
are the problem.
86%, which is a wildly high number, 86% of all people caught with the F substance to dealing the F substance or distributing the F substance, and all of them are American citizens. And
Yeah,
none of
so
it, and none.
that's the
Hold on,
same way-
and none of it is coming from Venezuela. The
Okay, so
idea
I'll-
that any of it is coming from Venezuela is just a flat out lie.
So okay, I mean your numbers might be right, but also every other substance being dealt are also coming from American citizens, although albeit they aren't maybe not even made here, right? The C drug, the M drug, all the other substance. I'm sorry, most of it's not made here, but most of it is distributed by Americans. So that argument's kind of crazy.
No, it's not, because what's happening is, like I said, the people who are distributing the F drug, you can't make the F drug somewhere else and then bring it. What's happening is that the ingredients that you need are
Yes,
being
you
shipped
can.
here, and they are making it here. Literally,
you-
that's literally
you
how.
literally
Do you
can
know
make
how
it
they?
anywhere.
Do you know what the? Do you know that you have to make the F drug? You have to make it. They make it here. That's the
No,
whole
they don't
thing.
have to make it here.
Yes, they
So
do.
you
They
think all
literally,
of
they
it's
literally
made
do. That's how it comes here. This is,
So
dude.
you
This
think
is. You
all
don't
of it in
understand.
the world is made here.
Not all of it.
Okay, so
Robbie,
how is
Robbie.
Okay, so let's
Robbie,
kill that
we're
argument
being
real
Robbie.
quick.
Now we're being disingenuous. But
No,
I'm
you're
giving
being
you.
disingenuous.
No, I'm not. I just said that
Yes, you
86% of it is coming from here.
It's not coming from here.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It might
Yes,
be
it
being
is.
dealt here. It's not
Yes, it
coming from
is.
here. No, it's
No,
not.
no, it's not just being dealt from here. It's being distributed. It's being created here, because what's happening is the components for it are coming from somewhere else, and it's being created here. That's what's happening. It's not like, okay, I understand what you're saying. You're like, oh, well, the C thing, right? It's grown somewhere, and then they ship it here.
No,
Okay.
it's not grown. That also has to be made.
Well, I mean, okay, yes,
But-
but I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Okay, yes,
No, I don't.
Okay, Robbie, the cocaine, okay, that is something. That is something that they make in Colombia because it's from something that grows there, without being very specific. Do you understand? It's something that's
Yeah, that's
grown there,
plants.
and then they
Only
refine it
grow
there,
in
and they
Colombia.
okay, that's all. It's something there. Okay, it doesn't grow here. It's something there that's refined, and then they bring it here. That is different than ingredients are being shipped to the United States, and then we are making it here.
Yeah, but we're not the only people making it.
I understand that we're not the only people making it, but we are the vast majority of it. 86% is wildly high.
Yeah, well, so give me a source for that number.
Sure, 1 second.
86%. That is wildly high. But I'm sorry, I just can't get on the, like, your argument being that it just sounds like, we would be the ones sending it everywhere. We're not the only people that have this epidemic right now.
Okay. All right, here you go. I don't know how well you can see this, but this is. Can you see? I'm not going to read the whole thing, but can you see what it says?
82% of F
No,
traffic
hold on.
is coming from
We're men. Hold on.
86.2 were United States citizens.
Yeah, and I want you to read, and this is
Yeah, so show me where
trafficking.
Trafficking means
So that means
moving.
that
That don't mean
86%.
That
Dude,
don't mean
listen.
making.
Listen. I am trying to explain. Like, okay, I
No,
can
I'm
go.
trying to see
Okay,
what
if
it
you
is.
want. Okay, if you want me to go into a whole explainer about how it's made and that whole thing, dude, I don't have the time to do that. You can find plenty of videos on it. Hey,
Manufacturing and trafficking are different,
Robbie.
You understand that, right?
Robbie, I do. But what I'm saying is that
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and spend 15 minutes explaining to you how the F substance is brought into the United States in components because it doesn't exist outside, and then it has to be made here. It has to be literally cooked here,
No,
like
you
other
said
substances are.
You said 86% of it is made here.
Yes.
Where is your proof of that? Nothing you just showed me
No.
shows me any proof of that.
I
at all.
understand that, Robbie. I'm trying to explain
is
to
it
you
at
what
then?
I'm saying. Will you
No, what
stop
you've
talking
done
and
is
let
got
me say?
yourself backed into a corner.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you okay? I'll tell you what. When you're done talking and you'll let me explain this to you because you don't fucking know anything about this, let me know.
I mean, that's your claim, and you ain't showed me no proof of it. And now you want to get mad when I call you out on it. I mean, what do you want me to do? Silent treatment?
I'm waiting for you to let me know that you're done.
I'm waiting for you to land your point.
I've been trying to, but someone keeps interrupting me while I'm trying to explain. So are you done yet? Are you going to let me explain this to you?
You're going to explain to me how 86% of it is made here with no sources and no proof.
I didn't. Oh my God, dude. You
Well,
really,
that's what you said.
can't. Okay.
That's literally what you said. Like, literally, that's what you said.
That's not what I said. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't say that it's sent here and cooked here. You didn't say that there was 86, and I asked you for a source, and you showed me where
I
it's
said
tracked.
that it was.
You didn't show me
Oh
where it
my
was
God, dude!
manufactured.
I said that it was. Okay. I'll try this one more time. It is trafficked. The majority of people who traffic it, 86% of it, are U.S. citizens. I'm also trying to explain to you that also the majority of it is materials that are sent into the United States, and then they put it together. So, for example, the port in L.A. or different things like that, they come in on shipping containers in pieces and then in components, in ingredients, and then it has to be cooked up and put together. Yes, some of it is in Mexico. But you know what? The parts that are in Mexico, the ones that they do cook in Mexico, are still brought in almost entirely by U.S. citizens. So my point here being overall is that none of that actually matters, because what you're advocating for at the end of the day is simply unaliving people without just cause, with just people like, well, we think that they might be doing something, so I'm okay with it, which is not okay, because when did you literally just said, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with what he's doing. That's what you just said 5 minutes ago.
No,
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You
That's
said
what my brother actually
with what's
texted
going
about.
on, you said with what's going on, I'm kind of okay with it. That's literally what you said.
No, I said to find a way to stop the influx of it.
Finding a way to stop the influx of it. Okay, so you don't agree with summarily executing. So you don't agree with summarily executing people.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said.
Great. So then everything that's happening right now is
And then
completely
after I
fucked
said
up.
that,
Yeah.
And then after I said that, you said that 86% of it is made here.
That's
So I said,
not.
show me proof.
I literally never said that. I said 86% of it comes
It's
from.
cooked here.
No, that's not what I said. I said
That is what you
86% of it comes from Americans. Maybe you misheard me and thought I said comes from America, but I said comes
80
from Americans. It
So
comes from
86
Americans. It
so
comes from
86%.
Americans. They're the ones who
86
do it.
86% of that substance that's
Yes.
trafficked in America
Yes.
is by Americans.
That's literally
Oh my God.
this right here
This is America, right?
This right here is
Yeah,
from
so-
USSC.gov. This is
Yeah,
the
we
United
just read
States
that after
Sentencing
you said
Commission. Yes.
86% of it came from here.
Yes. It's from United States citizens.
Yeah, it's trafficked in United States from United States citizens. How the fuck did it get here? That's the question.
Dude, you can't beat this. Oh my god.
Go ahead. Let's see the charade. There's no way you're this dense, bro. There's no way.
I've explained it now to you 4 times.
No, you didn't explain nothing. You moved the goalpost. You said 86% of it was made here. And then you showed me your statistics. And after I read your statistics, you're wrong. 80% of it is trafficked by Americans in America. Fucking duh.
Chat, did I say that 86% of it was made here? Put a 1 if yes, 2 if no.
100%. Well, you also just accused me of saying that I agree with what's going on in international waters. I never said that. I actually condemned it.
I think you might need to look at the chat, bud.
Dude, I'm gonna look at your followers for.
Pretty sure that I might be right about this. Why would
No,
I?
you're not.
Okay, I am. I'm 100% right. And by the way, this will be up on YouTube.
You haven't been right about anything, so I won't.
Oh, really? I haven't been right about anything? Really? Oh, really? Oh, really? Hey, tell me more about Snap. Tell me more about how SNAP benefits are funded. Tell me more about how the shutdown works. Tell me more about. Yeah, bud. I know, right? Tell me more about. I haven't been right about anything. Why don't you show some of your fucking sources on anything that you're talking about? I know. Exactly, dude. Robbie, I literally am showing you. I literally am showing you shit that you've never seen before. That you don't know. I would never claim.
Me. The only thing you should.
Dude, shut the fuck up. I've really had it with you. I never claimed that 86% of it was made here. I said it came from U.S. citizens.
No, you said.
That's what I said. That's not. I'm done with you, okay? I'm done. That's not what I said. I said it came from U.S. citizens. I'm sorry that you took it. That it meant that it was made here or that they made it here. I didn't say that verbatim.
Verbatim. You said it's sent here in components and cooked here. Verbatim. That's what you said.
Because it is sent here in components and cooked here, but not all of it is. Some of it does. Some of it. Robbie. Holy shit. Just because I said that some of it is sent here and cooked here doesn't mean that all of it is.
No, you said 86% is a fucking lot.
Oh,
that was your argument.
Oh my god.
You didn't say traffic. You said made.
Okay, I can't. That's not what I said. I can't, dude. I can't. And by the way, I encourage everyone to go back and watch this on the tube. Feel free. Also, you literally are just trying to drive far away from the point diving into this because you don't really want to talk about any of the actual issues, Robbie. So, okay. Also, do some fucking research, please. Do some fucking research about how SNAP benefits are funded. Do some fucking research about the fucking the CR and how all of this is working. Like, you should actually try to learn some of that shit before you come up and you talk about it, okay? And before you say you haven't been right about anything, maybe you should do any of that shit, okay? Fantastic. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Do all the good things. Please drop me a follow here on the main account, on the backup account. We're having a good time tonight. Guys, can we get those likes up? Those likes should be a little bit higher than they are. And we'll keep it going. Mimi, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Mimi, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello? Mimi? I guess that's a no. Once again, guys, it looks like our chat is open. Our box is open. So if you voted for Donald Trump, we want you to hop on in. We're glad all of you fine folks are here. Hey, if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe on the tube. We're getting going over on the tube. Please subscribe over on the tube. We're having a good time over there. And you guys are tubing it over there. We appreciate you guys. if you haven't already, please go subscribe on the tube. It's Politics with Matt. Make sure you drop a like, drop a comment over there. Maybe even watch for a couple of minutes. We appreciate it. Appreciate you guys helping out. Let's see who's next. Once again, guys, we're just looking for Trump supporters, just Trump supporters right now. If you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Hop in the box. Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, thank you to Tammy over on Discord, who apparently went back and checked on the video, and our friend Robbie did say that he was okay with what was happening in Venezuela if it stopped U.S. citizens from unaliving from substances, because that was what started the entire conversation. So when he claimed that he never said that, that was a lie. So there you go. I was like, pretty sure you said that, bud, but okay. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Hop in the box. Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate you, friend. Let's have a chat. I see a bunch of Trump supporters chirping away down in the chat, and it's weird. They won't hop in the box and come on up and have a conversation. Hop in the hot box. I'll hot box all of you. We can hot box together. That sounds weird. I mean, I don't know. I know that kind of hot. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. By the way, guys, if you want to offer any additional support, you can go in my bio. I have information. For my Green and Blue app. They're there too. So go for it. Hop on in. Let's see here. Oh, high school band name. He's worried about my health. Oh, bye. Once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. Hop in the box. Let's have a chat. Hop in the box. Let's have a conversation. Hey, Crystal, what's up, friend?
Oh, sorry, buddy. I thought you saw. I was just algo camping.
Oh.
I didn't want to.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Go away.
Okay, but smack my ass before you kick me out.
I can't.
Listen, it's been a slow day, okay? I've not got a lot of action around these.
Okay. All right. We're going to do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go back to the. There you go. Bye, Crystal. Thanks, Crystal. By the way, if you guys aren't following Crystal, make sure you're following. Even if you thought maybe that you were following, make sure that you're following Crystal, because she does have a new account. Who do we got here? Once again, I know, weirdest role play ever. I know, very weird. What do we got here? Oh, thank you. Thank you to our friend Dolphin over on the Green app. I believe that's Dolphin. Thank you, Dolphin. It says $1.75. Figured I'd start it off. Thank you very much on the Green app. Thank you. That's so kind. Hey, and you know what?
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Dolphin getting things. So we appreciate the support. You guys are very kind. Thank you, guys. That was the only MAGA that we were gonna have tonight. That was it. They're done. They're peacing out. They aren't too scared to debate, apparently. Gen X, what's up?
Hi.
How's it going, man?
Good. Just traveling by magic carpet. Funny thing is, and maybe this will drum up some MAGA. Today, I was talking to my supervisors and a major manager about the CR and SNAP benefits, because I do work for a large food chain, and my major big boss said, yeah, but they're not passing that CR because the Democrats want transgender surgeries for overseas.
What?
Yeah. So I walked over to her office and I said, "Did you read the CR?" And she said, "I read some of it." And I said, "Cool. Tell me the page that's on." I don't know. You're at a computer. Show me the fucking page it's on. I'm gonna get fired, Matt. Matt, I'm gonna get fucking fired.
Dude, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not good.
I
Don't
told
do
her I did read the CR. I can tell you it's not a riveting read. It's fucking boring. But guess what? That's not in there. My supervisors pulled me aside and said, "That is exactly what we wanted to have happen. We were just sitting here watching you do that, and we said, get her, get her, get her, because she thinks she knows everything." And I was like, "You motherfuckers set me up."
Well, wait a second. Your supervisors, are they above her or below her?
Below.
All right. Well, we don't want you to get fired, bud. So please don't get fired right now.
I regret nothing.
Okay. Well, that's fair. All right.
So, MAGA, where's that in the CR, and where's all that funding for Medicaid for immigrants? I thought that was in there. Anyways, request up into the box.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it. I'm going to drop you back down. W's in the chat
Yeah,
for our
you're
friend
welcome.
Gen X. Hey, guys, if you're not following Gen X, follow Gen X and maybe contribute to his future GoFundMe. Hopefully not. Okay, fingers crossed, bud. I'll talk to you later on. Oh boy, don't get fired, bud. Once again, guys, hop in the box if you voted for Donald Trump. We've got just about 600 people in here, which is not too terrible for this time of night. But where are the Trump voters? Where are they at? Where are you? Where are you guys? Why don't you want to talk about that 60-minute interview last night? Why don't you guys want to talk about that shit? Why don't you want to talk about the fact that why don't you guys want to talk about the fact that he didn't know who he was pardoning? The founder of Binance? Yeah, he didn't know who he was pardoning. He said that in the 60 Minutes interview. Holy shit. And what's really funny about this is that this is the same administration. This is the same guy who's opened an investigation into the Biden administration for who they pardoned. Like, can you believe that shit? But he's going to sit there and admit he didn't even know who he was. I didn't know him. I don't know anything about him. But he signed a pardon for him. So, one of two things happened there. This is what happened. Either Donald Trump personally signed a pardon for something and someone that he knew nothing about, which is egregious in and of itself. Like, that's insane. Or they used the auto pen and got his signature on a pardon because Don Jr. and Eric are into the crypto and they partnered up with Binance, and this was all part of the deal. But Biden was using the auto pen. He used the auto pen. No, this is all 3, 2, 1. This is all Don Jr. This is all his anchor babies did it. Yeah. Right. This is all Don Jr. and Eric. This is all Don Jr. and Eric with the crypto stuff. They're so deep in it. But yeah, so it's one of the two. So either he's senile, he has dementia, and he didn't know what he was doing and signed a pardon for someone that he didn't know and didn't understand what was happening, or they used the auto pen The very thing that they're saying Joe Biden did. Oh my God. What a world. Mateo, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes. Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Hi. How old are you? What state did you vote in?
Hey, so
Oh.
I'm open.
Mateo,
Knowing who that person was. So under that same premise,
hey Mateo,
Biden,
Mateo, you're cutting in and out there, bud. I didn't hear you. If you told me how old you are and what state you're in, I couldn't hear you. You're kind of in and out.
Okay, is that any better?
I think so. Can you tell?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. So how old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm sorry about that. I'm 49 in Texas.
49 in Texas. Okay. So do you want to discuss one of the subjects above or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
Yes. So on your topic of conversation about Trump not knowing specifically who this Binance guy was, so help me understand the 5,000. How many thousands of people did Biden pardon, and do you think he knew every single person and situation that was put in front of him for a pardon?
Do I think he personally knew every single one? No, but there was a good reason for that. Is because there was a large clemency that happened, and it was involving a number of it was involving a lot of low level substance convictions that actually stem from Donald Trump's legislation. In his first administration, actually. So it was about 2,500 of them were actually clemency. And so, yeah, that was completely different. They're all like low-level substance things. So this is, but this is with the Binance thing, okay? How much do you know about this guy and Binance? Like I just out of curiosity.
That he was involved in some shady things. Now, whether or not they were proven,
they were 100% proven, and they were 100% proven. He was found guilty, and he was in jail.
Right, but the point I'm getting at is I don't want to sensationalize one stupid thing Trump says.
Do you know what he was found guilty of? Do you know what he was found guilty of?
No, but again, the point I'm trying to make is...
So you don't want to know what he was found guilty of? You don't want to know what he was found guilty of? And, okay, cool. So you basically just don't care. So because whatever Donald Trump does, you're just like, whatever.
No, I'm just making a point. But go ahead, educate me. I'm curious to know.
So he was actually part of... So Binance, the cryptocurrency, was basically one of the largest money laundering operations in the entirety of the United States, and the FTC basically caught them doing this and got them at first for securities fraud because they were money laundering, and then they started looking into it and they figured out that the money laundering was going to schmex trafficking. It was going to schmex trafficking. That's what it was going to. Oh, and of course, bringing illicit substances into the United States and all that good stuff. That's what was happening. So we have a guy who is basically laundering money and was found guilty of those things at a massively high level. We're talking about billions of dollars. He had to pay back $4 billion, okay, and go to jail. Donald Trump pardoned him?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know too much about the specifics, but what I do know is that there's been plenty of bums out there. Sam Bankman-Fried, he ripped off a bunch of people. How about the
who pardoned him?
Who's the famous guy in New York?
Who pardoned him?
That let them go.
Who pardoned him?
I don't know, but
who pardoned Sam Bankman-Fried?
I don't think anyone did they? Yeah, probably not. So anyways, I understand what you're saying, and might be individual cases, but the point that I'm trying to make is don't sensationalize the fact that Trump didn't know when these guys pardoned thousands on the recommendations of other people. So that's what I'm saying. I get it. You want to look at individual things and cherry pick. That's fine.
Okay. All right, cool. So just to be clear, you're 100% fine when you say, oh, you just want to look at individual things and cherry pick. If Joe Biden was on TV and they said, why did you pardon the guy who laundered billions of dollars in America that went to schmex trafficking and bringing illicit substances into our country, the guy who was in jail for doing those things that actively harmed U.S. citizens, there was no reason for him to be pardoned whatsoever, other than the fact that he was just a rich guy in cryptocurrency, and who had business ties to Don Jr. and Eric. So you're telling me that if there was some rich financier who laundered a shitload of money for schmex trafficking and for substances, and he was a business associate of Hunter, and he was on TV, Joe Biden said, oh, I don't know that guy, I don't know, but he had pardoned him, you wouldn't care?
I mean, I get what you're saying. I wouldn't, because Biden doesn't know a lot of stuff, and he got a lot of excuses for being kind of unknowing and not aware of a lot of things.
Except for the fact that what you just said is completely false. Can you give me some examples of being unknowing about things?
Sure. I mean, look at the whole Epstein thing. Biden had that during his whole presidency. He didn't choose to do anything with it, and now
except for the fact that what you just said is completely false. So number one, we're going to call it the Jeff Files because TikTok is a stupid little baby. Okay, so number one, who had those files to begin with for at least 2.5 years?
Well, didn't Epstein
Who had
go
the
to jail
files
during
to
the
begin
whole-
with? Who had the files to begin with for the first two? I'd like you to just help me out. Answer the question instead of asking me questions back. Please help me out. Answer some questions. Who had the files to begin with? Mateo, where'd you go? Mateo? Yeah, I got you now. So who had the files to begin with?
No, I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
who had them to begin.
Well, technically, that would be the Trump administration because 2019 was when Epstein was. Wait, Mateo, where are you going, bud? Just, you got to stay in the app, bud. Hello?
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So that would be 2019. Okay. So, and of course, that was when he mysteriously unalived. But okay, we'll move past that. Now, who was arrested after Jeff?
Like
who is his associate who was arrested immediately after the other person who was involved in this? Her name is Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, Maxine?
Right? No, Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Guess what?
Yeah.
She was arrested, and then she had trials and appeals. Now, in a federal case, now I happen to know a lot about this because my partner is a federal attorney. So, in federal court, when you're going through a trial and you have evidence and court documents, can you simply give out that information, sealed court documents? Can you just provide that information while there's an ongoing trial to the public?
No.
Is that okay?
No.
And what about if there are ongoing appeals?
No.
Cool. Do you know when Ghislaine Maxwell's final appeal was heard and extinguished?
No.
September of 2024. September of 2024. So, assuming that Joe Biden somehow could have done this, and by the way, that would have reeked of election interference. By the way, because that would have been insanity had Joe Biden tried to do that, but there would have been a massive effort because there still would have been huge amounts of personal and confidential information, names of victims, all these different things. Not forget politicians and rich people, fuck them, but I'm talking about just victims and people that personal information you cannot share that would have to be redacted before those files could be released. There is literally no possible way that Biden could have released those files, aside from the fact that in a proper Department of Justice and a proper FBI, there is a wall between the President of the United States and the DOJ and the FBI. He doesn't meddle in those investigations. He doesn't ask to see files. He doesn't get involved in those investigations. Why was Hunter Biden still prosecuted by the FBI? Hunter Biden was federally prosecuted by the FBI while Joe Biden was president.
How did that end up?
How did that end up? Yeah, I know. He pardoned him. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, Joe Biden pardoned his son. Hey, what did he put? By the way, what did he pardon him for? Some low level firearms charge that was just kind of like bullshit. So who fucking cares, right? It's not like he was pardoned for. It's not like he was pardoned for. It's not like he was pardoned for schmex trafficking and substances that unalived like potentially like hundreds or thousands of people. But we won't talk about that because you said that's cherry picking. So anyway, since we're not going to talk about that because it's cherry picking, what we are going to talk about. What's that? Oh, what did I leave out?
He pardoned his son for any future findings for any of his Burisma and all that other bullshit he was involved in.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
So
because he wanted to because he wanted to protect him from Donald Trump going after him for a witch hunt. Exactly. God forbid. Because and guess what? And he was proven to be correct considering the fact with what he's doing right now. But hold on, no, we're not. Well, hold on. We're not really. What do you want to ask me? You want to pivot away from this now? Okay, cool.
No, really quick with the files moving forward. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Kash Patel and them come out and say that, listen, we've released everything the courts have allowed us to release up to that point? Is that not the case? Are they still holding on to something that the courts have said that, oh, you can release it, but they're just refusing to do so?
No one's refusing to do anything. There's one judge who said that it wasn't. They asked her to release the files, and she said, I can't release the files because this is technically not up to me, and she punted it down the road. Also, because the courts, they're in this particular case, they don't really get to make that decision. You know who could make that decision right now? The House of Representatives and Mike Johnson. Hey, you know what's weird? Why is it that new representative from Arizona hasn't been sworn in yet? That's so strange. Why hasn't she been sworn in yet, Mateo?
That's a good one. I have not looked into that, but
hold on. You know what's weird? The government shutdown has nothing to do with it because the House and the Senate can both be in session, and even when they're not in session, you can swear in a member. In fact, Mike Johnson swore in 2 Republican members while the House wasn't in session. That's weird. But this is a Democrat, and you know what's strange, Mateo, about this woman, Representative Grijalva from Arizona, who won by 40 points, by the way. Wow, that's a fucking landslide. What would be weird about her is that she would be the 218th signature on the petition that would force the vote to release the Jeff files. Isn't that weird that she hasn't been sworn in yet, and she would be the deciding vote, and she's said that she's absolutely going to do it? She's now actually had to sue. She's gone to federal court to try and get sworn in.
Okay, so is that an inevitability? Is that going to happen eventually?
Well, I hope so. But boy, with the way that this speaker and this president are seeming to just kind of like ignore the fucking Constitution, who knows? Maybe they'll just figure out a way to like not swear her in. Now, I don't know.
Okay, hold on. So what you're implying is, if and when eventually she gets sworn in, then they'll have the numbers for this Epstein thing. I'm not privy to the specifics on this one, but what you're telling me is that eventually, when it happens, just like when this shutdown ends, it's just a matter of time that will allow some Epstein vote to proceed. Okay, then I guess we'll see it, and we'll know if you're telling the truth at that time.
Sure, and that's why they'll have had enough time to hopefully redact the files enough or do whatever they need to do to try and scrub as much of Trump out of them as possible. Absolutely.
Hey, let me ask you something. Did you see Obama talking about his opinions on shutdowns years ago? Did you see his little speech on that?
No, but I don't really care. We're talking about, current events. So, anyways, yeah. So, anyways, that's pretty much that's pretty much the long and short of it. And so, yeah, I mean, this is all basically what's happening with that. But anyways, was there another subject above that you wanted to talk about or hit on, or?
No, that was it. I got to get heading home, but thanks for the conversation.
All right, Mateo. I hope you have a good night.
Take care.
Just ignore the guy who literally committed billions of dollars in money laundering, schmex trafficking, the money laundering, led schmex trafficking and substances and all of it. I won't say everything, but ignore that. That's cherry picking. But we're going to mention Hunter Biden. Hunter's laptop, guys. Oh, Tammy, thank you. That's right. Tammy with the W down there. And funding T groups. Forgot about that one. I knew I was forgetting something. Thanks, Tammy. And funding T groups. God damn, you guys. But, just. Guys, I should have told you earlier. No Nemo tonight. Yeah. Nemo is tired. He messaged me earlier. He said he is beat. And he's like, I need to get some sleep. And I said, get some fucking sleep, bro. Get some sleep. So, yeah. Oh, Moni, thank you. I was just reading the live chat on the Discord. Moni said, remember this guy was supposed to give an example of something Biden didn't know about and brought up the files and said he didn't release them. And so he didn't actually really answer that question. You know what? Honey, actually, that guy did a good job of pivoting away from it because I got sucked into that, and you know what? You're right. I let him pivot away. Man, I did. I let him. God damn it! You're right. I did. Tell you, I think I might be tired too. Holy shit! What am I doing? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't understand why people... I know, right, friend? He wouldn't have had an answer anyways. Of course he wouldn't, right? But also, we need to have a... I'm awake, Eric. I'm awake. I'm fine. I'm fine. But we need to have a... There needs to be a wall between the DOJ and the FBI and the executive branch. Between the DOJ and the FBI and the presidency. There needs to be, that needs to exist. And the fact that it doesn't exist right now, I know daylight savings has got everyone's messed up. The fact that it doesn't exist right now, the fact that Donald Trump is treating Pam Bondi as his personal attorney, that he's ordering her around to go and prosecute people, is literally one of the most disturbing things that's happening right now. And that's saying a lot because there's so many disturbing things that are happening right now. So... fuck. And then it's people like that who are like, well, Biden could have blah, blah, blah. No, because he's not supposed to do that. Presidents aren't supposed to do that. They're not supposed to go into an active investigation and try to find dirt on their political opponents that they can release. That's not how it works. All right, we'll see how long this lasts. Hello, Popcorn.
Oh, going on, brother?
What's up?
What's up, home slice? Shit, yeah, living the dream, man. I'll tell you, I'm ready for 2028, man. I'm so ready for 2028. The Democrats are on the ropes, man.
Do you want to talk about one of the subjects above, or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
I'm just here to cook, man. So MAGA hates kids. Make that make sense. It seems like the Democrats want boys to go into girls' bathrooms and play girls' sports.
Yeah, that's not a thing. So why haven't they released the Jeff files?
The Epstein files?
What you got to say the Jeff files? Why hasn't Mike Johnson seated? Why hasn't Mike Johnson seated Representative Gridalva?
Because Democrats are playing games, so he's playing games back.
Nope, wrong. You could absolutely seat her. Why isn't he seated
her? He claims that government is not in session.
Except for the fact that that's bullshit, because he seated 2 Republicans while the House wasn't in session. Try again. What is it? Why isn't he seated her? It's because she'd be the 218th signature on the petition. Well, you know it, I know it. It's because Mike Johnson doesn't want the files to be released. So why is he protecting Donald Trump if Donald Trump isn't in the files? Why are you protecting P3DOs? Why do you love P3DOs, Popcorn?
Well, are you crashing out already?
I'm not crashing out. Why? I'm asking you a question. I asked you, why do you love P3DOs?
Why is it taking so long?
Why do you love P3DOs? Why are you pivoting away? Why are you pivoting away? I asked you a question. Why do you love P3DOs?
I don't. That's why I voted against Biden, because he showers with his daughter.
Except for the fact that was proven to be false in the diary. Yeah, except for the fact. Yeah, what you guys are claiming is nice pivot. Anyways, why do you support P3DOs? Because Mike Johnson won't release the files. He's stopped multiple votes to get the files released, and now he won't seat the 218th signature that would seal the deal. Why won't he release the files?
And do you think if she
why won't he release the files?
Because it's all bullshit.
What's all bullshit?
It's tainted files. No matter what's released from the Jeff files, it's all tainted. It doesn't matter.
Oh, so this is the excuse now. So now it doesn't matter.
No, it's not an excuse. It's the fact that government.
No, it's an excuse. Okay. Oh, so now it's the government. No. Okay, guys. Here's the new talking point. So no. Here we go, guys. Popcorn's now you're getting the preview of the new pivot that they're going to do. Is when the files are released, they're going to say, "Well, the government's corrupt and the files don't really matter anyways." That's going to be the new talking point. Popcorn.
Okay, I got a question for you. If Trump says, here is the or the Jeff files, if here's the Jeff files and I'm releasing them, I'm Donald J. Trump, I'm releasing them, would you believe in everything that's released there?
I don't know. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure. I'd be curious to. I would be curious to see. Hang on. I'm qualifying my answer. Popcorn. Chill the fuck out. I would be curious to see what the files include and how comprehensive they are, and then I would make a determination.
So if Trump released them and his name was not in there, would you believe him?
I don't know, because I would be curious to see what they include and how comprehensive they are. So I don't know. I couldn't say that right now, because I would need to see what they included and how comprehensive they are. I'm actually quite familiar with. I'm quite familiar with federal criminal investigations. I have done some work on them. I've seen some of the stuff on them. I'm quite familiar with federal criminal investigations. I would have at least a passing knowledge as to whether or not it was really what it should be or not. And so, yeah, I would reserve judgment until I saw them. But again, even if that was the case, and if his name wasn't in there, then why wouldn't Mike Johnson just release the files?
So there's a slight chance that you wouldn't believe in the things.
That doesn't matter. In fact, that would be just fine. It doesn't. Who cares if Matt from Boston doesn't believe the files? That doesn't matter. It's immaterial to Mike Johnson releasing them. Why won't Mike Johnson release the fucking files?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Exactly.
It's a great question.
And that's why MAGA hates kids, because they're protecting P3DOs. Glad we got there, Fucking Popcorn. Man, that was easy. All right, cool. What's the
Man,
next subject?
Man, what a connection, man! You reached way out there.
I really didn't, because he won't. He literally won't.
did.
He literally will not. He literally will not tell all of us who these people are that were graping underage women. Yeah. Oh, we're the party that protects children and we love women, but we're gonna make sure that the people who graped about 1,000 of them aren't gonna see the light of day.
I used to think like you, and then I evolved.
And then you had a fucking hit on the head and you became really fucking stupid. Cool story,
No,
bro.
I said I used to think like you, and then I evolved, became smarter, grew up, had kids. And,
I have kids, and we're about the same age.
seen
Popcorn.
life, and I live life.
I
I've
have
traveled the
Popcorn.
world.
I have kids. I have a
traveled the
daughter.
world.
Popcorn. I have a
I've
daughter.
lived with
I'm
all
not
different
much. I'm
cultures
not
around
that
the
much
world.
younger than you. I've traveled all over the fucking world. I've got a degree. I've worked. I own my own business. I am just as fucking. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. My bad. I am incredibly smarter than you.
Right, and what's your proof of that? Because you're sitting here doing some TDS stuff and making the connection that MAGA hates kids. I mean, how smart can
because
you be?
because
Make
Mike
that
Johnson
connection?
won't release the Jeff files. If there's no problem with it, just release the
again, how
files.
does he
He's protecting P3DOs. He's protecting the P3DOs. Okay, how about this? Popcorn? Here we go. Let's do a little
Who
thought
is he
experiment.
protecting?
No.
Can you name one?
Shh. Bop. Let's do a little thought experiment, bud. Let's do this. Popcorn, let's pretend for a minute. Let's pretend. Let's do a little pretend thing here.
Yeah, that's what
All
liberals
right.
do. Let's
Shh. Listen. You listen. Listen for a second. Let's pretend.
I can't.
Okay. Let's pretend there's no politicians. Let's pretend that this was a thing that happened completely outside of the realm of politicians in this country. It was just some rich guys that did this, and a group of their friends, right? Probably who knows, 100 of them, 150 of them, and we had a situation where there was information about who those people were, and we could know who they were, but our government was protecting those people. And they were like, well, we're not gonna let you know who they are. We're not gonna let you know who the people are that graped a bunch of women over and over on a secret island. We're not gonna tell you who those people are, even though they're public figures. They're in and among you. We know who they, but we're not gonna tell you. Popcorn, would you care about that, or would you be like, hey, that's kind of fucked up. I think that we should know who those people are because they've committed a crime, and I want to know who they are. Would you want to know who they are, yes or no?
Absolutely, I would.
Fantastic. And you would say that those people who were holding that list and not letting it see the light of day, you would say that those people are protecting child schmecks assaulters, right?
Yes, I would say that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there you go. This is exactly what is happening right now. Mike Johnson is ensuring now for quite some time that list is not seeing the light of day for as long as possible for whatever reason that we don't know. That's exactly what's happening here, Popcorn. And so when you say, wow, you're making a real reach, I literally just explained it to you, and you said you admitted. You're like, yeah, I would be upset. And yes, they would be protecting child sex traffickers. So that's exactly what's happening here. And by the way, I don't give a fuck if there's Democrats on that list, if there's rich celebrities that I look up to, or that I don't fucking care. Bury them under the jail with all the rest of them. I don't fucking care who's on the list, but I want to know who's on the list.
So why was the FBI trying to hide that data?
Dude, why are you pivoting away? And
It's
they
not a
weren't
pivot.
and they weren't trying to hide anything.
Yes, they were. They had to go to New York to find those documents.
They
were hiding
weren't
it from
trying to
somebody, or
hide
they-
anything. You're
Yes,
lying.
they were. Yes, they were.
Cool. What's your
Yes, they
source?
were. Dude, we all
What's your source?
the fucking news.
The fucking
live
news.
TV.
Show your source.
The live TV.
Show your
we had to
source.
go to New York and
Show
dig
your
through-
source, Popcorn.
It was a live TV. Are you kidding me? So I guess this just slipped your mind. I guess it just pew right over your head. Even
I
though it was
didn't.
live TV.
It's so weird. I didn't
Live
see it.
TV.
Great. So show me your
Pam
source.
Bondi, live
Show
on
me your
TV.
and Popcorn. If
Live TV.
Popcorn, if it was such a big deal and it's so readily available, then just pull it up real quick.
Oh.
It's so easy.
Actually, I haven't pulled this up, but I'm happy to pull it up because
Great,
I'll
thanks.
see it again. But I can't believe that you, a producer on here,
A producer.
didn't see that. I mean, that producer, content creator, whatever you want to call yourself. But yeah, it's weird. But that's why I don't believe it, because the feds were trying to hide those documents. They found them, and then But I'll pull that up. If you want to bring up another guest real quick,
No,
that's fine.
no, I don't
but I'm
want
gonna
to.
find
No,
this later.
no, I'm good. I'm just waiting on you.
Stand
By the way,
by.
that never happened.
Yeah, it did. 100% on live TV in front of the podium, in front of the world. It happened. And you know it did. And you know it did.
Really? Well, then I can't wait to see this. This is riveting. All right, while we wait for Popcorn to find that thing that never happened, do me a favor, guys. Drop me a follow over here because I'm a producer on TikTok. Follow my backup account over here. Hey, if you're not already, subscribe on the tube, please. And so subscribe on the tube. Drop a like over there. Drop a comment. Watch for a couple of minutes. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for helping me build up over there so we can get to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. Help out with the live goal. And, yeah, here every Monday to Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And then I also do Friday afternoons. So, good times. Thank you, Juice. I appreciate it. I try to produce the right way. Well, hey there, Jeff. I see you down there. I see you, Jeff. I create conduct. I create codes of conduct for people. I don't tell Ari that I'm producing. She might get mad. I don't know. Let's see. I know. Hey, Popcorn, how are you looking this up if you're not teacupping? We're waiting for Popcorn to come back with evidence that there was some sort of impropriety in New York that the FBI found with the Jeff files. I know. I would play some music. Then I'd have to mute the tube, and we'd have to do the thing because the tube is. They're such little babies with the copyright stuff. They really are. Oh. On the tube, there's the ask Popcorn how his walk was on Parker. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, now he's teacupping. Oh no, he's back.
No,
what are we doing? All right,
no,
what's
so
your source?
I got it.
Yep, I'm ready.
I found, so it was February 27th. I'm trying to find a video, but February 27th, and she talks about this on camera. But February 27th, 2025, Pam Bondi informed the FBI Director Kash Patel that she had learned from a source that the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of documents related to the investigation and the Jeffrey, whatever you can say on here, files.
Yep, yeah, you just say Jeff.
Which
files.
had been previously disclosed, and they couldn't find this. They couldn't find anything else, and so she sent a letter to him. And I'm going to find the news article not the news article, but the actual live TV, because I remember watching this live. And I'm going to find that for you real quick. But you can look that up. February 27th, 2025, she sent a letter about those documents in New York.
Except for the fact that there's nothing, except for the fact I've got the letter right here, and there's nothing that says in this letter that it's about documents in New York. Oh, wait, no, there it is. Oh, I learned a source that the, oh, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on.
There you go.
Hold on. Time out. It has nothing, except for the fact that it has nothing to do with that. And what's really weird is that
what do you mean it's got nothing to do with that?
Oh, well, because if this letter is correct, and it's on February 27th,
2025.
Yeah. That would have been an entire month of Donald Trump heading up the FBI.
So what's that? So now you're totally pivoting because you know you're cooked.
I'm not even the least bit cooked. And by the way, what you just read there, the thing that you said that Pam Bondi said happened was literally found to be boxes of old files that already existed. Because I already looked it up and fact checked it. I already looked it up and I already looked it up and fact checked it. I know. I already looked it up and fact checked it.
So.
Hey, no. We're not moving off this. No. We're not pivoting off this. Before you could look up before I had you look up the source, I already fact checked this, and the field office in New York was like, yeah, this was just boxes of old Epstein files that we had. It had nothing. There was no new files in it.
Right, and your source
is what? Just in a letter. It's just some letter, and it was just some excuse from Pam Bondi. There's no actual evidence that this is real.
Right. Well, don't remember that, so let me verify what you just said, because it seems that you're getting dog walked here. So just stand by.
Oh, popcorn. Oh, this is so fun. Oh.
Well, let me guess you're going to boot me because you know that you're wrong.
Yeah.
It says, yes, following AG Pam Bondi's demand, the FBI had turned.
Yeah, you've got that one letter. I know you've got that one letter.
But
I know, and I've got an entire New York Times. I know, and I have an entire New York Times article that disproves
Bondi's claim.
I have an entire New York Times article that disproves it. I know. I have an entire New York Times article from July 24th, 2025. Yep.
New York Times, really?
Yep.
Well, let me cite Fox News. Is that a credible source?
No, absolutely not. Because on Media Bias Fact
Well,
Check,
the New York Times is not a credible source.
Oh, absolutely,
So
yes, they are.
here.
Oh, no, because here, because here's
The New York Times is the worst source in the history of mankind.
Yeah, except for the fact,
It's
hold on.
terrible.
Hey, bud, what we do here is we use Media Bias Fact Check. Now, on Media Bias Fact Check, which I'm going to pull up for you here, what we're going to do is we're going to actually look at whether or not something is credible. Now, they lean left center, I know that, but their factual reporting is high. Do you see the factual reporting? What's factual reporting at? It's at high.
Gosh.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull up Fox News. Now
Jesus
we're going to
Christ.
pull up Fox News.
That
now, if
site right there has to be.
oh, now that and now it's
Because
now
that's a
okay,
fact.
guys, and now the site is bad. Oh, got it.
Absolutely, that's like.
Huh. And now
Factchecker.com.
here's Fox News bias and credibility. Whoa. This is not good. This is not good, Popcorn. Not only are they extreme right, their factual reporting is low. So, yeah, if we're going to have the choice between Fox News being here and the New York Times being here, Yes,
wait for
I
this,
trust
everybody.
the
Wait
New
for my
York.
comeback.
Yes, Popcorn. I trust the New York Times, and now you're just
Wait
looking
for my
like a
response,
fucking
everybody. Wait for
moron.
my response.
And now you're just looking like a fucking moron again
Wait
in front
for
of
my
all these
response,
people.
everybody. Wait for my
Popcorn.
response.
I smell burnt popcorn, Bubba.
respond?
I smell burnt
Can I
popcorn,
respond?
Bubba. I smell burnt
Can I
popcorn,
respond?
Bubba. I smell burnt
Can I
popcorn,
respond?
Bubba. I smell burnt popcorn. I smell burnt popcorn. Hey,
Yes,
so
you're about to
anyways,
get burned.
aside from a
You
letter
are about
from
to get
Pam
burned.
Bondi,
So my
what's your
question to you
actual
is,
source?
if
What's your
I,
actual
Popcorn, were
So anyways, aside from a letter from Pam Bondi, what's your actual source that this actually happened, Chief?
like the New York Times, Breitbart, and stuff like that, if I, Popcorn, were to rank each one of those and
No one gives a fuck about what Popcorn thinks. This is an actual aggregate that
Would you
runs
believe
through their sources and checks the reliability of their reporting and their credibility, Popcorn. So anyways, until you can disprove that, and by the way, multiple, hey bud, shut the fuck up. And by the way, multiple websites that do media bias fact checks and check to, see for factuality, they rank the New York Times very high. The New York Times is very highly factual. Yeah, they lean left. I get it. They lean left. But you know what? The Wall Street Journal leans right in the same way, and I would take them as a source every single fucking day of the week. You know why? Because their factual reporting runs high. So even though the Wall Street Journal leans right in the same way, I would take the Wall Street Journal as a source because their factual reporting is high. When you say Breitbart or Fox News, their factual reporting is low, and that's why we don't take them as a source.
New York Times.
Okay, great. Then I want you to prove it to me. Get me a source that Fox News has more factual reporting than the New York Times. Go. Nope, I want a source. Go. I want a source. You're not a source.
I got it.
You are not a source, sir.
I got it.
What's your source? All right, what's your source? What website do you use to fact check? Nope.
Me.
All right. Popcorn, I'm going to ask you one more time for a source.
You got dog walk, son. You got dog walk.
All right.
Everything
Hey guys.
online,
No. It's fine. Hey guys. Popcorn thought that he could use a letter from Pam Bondi and a fucking fake Fox News article to dog walk us. This is fucking funny, bro. Hey, do you ever get tired of getting like fucking embarrassed on this app? Like, are you like, do you have a shame kink? Do you have a shame kink, Popcorn? Hey, Popcorn, do you have a shame kink? Like, is that your thing? Like, do you really like it? Do you like it, bud? Is that your thing? Is it because your wife won't give it to you like that? Do you really like it? Or maybe are you embarrassed to ask your wife to give you the shame kink? Is that why? Is because you like to come up here and look like a fucking moron in front of about 1,000 people? That makes you feel good? What's that?
And I said,
and you said what?
And then rank Breitbart ahead of New York Times. Anybody
Anyways,
can do that. I
so
can create any website that says that. I can create my own website. By the next time I talk to you, I just may create a website that has exactly what you just showed, only flipped.
And
That's how
fantastic.
easy it
And
is.
then
But your
Popcorn, could you show your metrics for how they're ranked?
That's the difference between me
Could you
and
show your
is
metrics
I
on
don't
how they're
take
ranked,
things
Popcorn?
at face value.
Could you show your metrics
I
on
don't
how
take
they're
things
ranked,
at face
Popcorn?
value.
Could you show their metrics on how they're ranked, Popcorn?
Anything that says
Could you show their metrics on how they're ranked?
National Enquirer is the most reliable source. I can do that. But your dumb ass and people like you believe everything that you read as long as it fits your political narrative.
It's so fucking funny.
As long as it fits your
Sometimes I'm pretty
talking
sure that
points, you
fucking
would
Popcorn
use
is a troll because he's just so
And
like
that's
he
why
honestly just
you would
can't
never-
be this fucking stupid. Like nobody could be this fucking stupid. Be
why
like,
you'll never
well,
see
I could create a
debate.
website and rank them myself. When like these websites that do these aggregates, they actually go through thousands upon hours of either reporting or they crawl the websites and then they fact check them and they match them up with actual fucking like statistics and facts, and that's how they come up with a reliability and credibility rating. But Popcorn's like, oh, I could just make a website and say which one is. No, that's not how it works. They literally
exactly how it
have a
works, you
fucking.
dumb
Oh my
fuck.
God, you're so fucking
That's how
dumb.
dumb you are, man. I can't believe you're this stupid and this gullible to believe that you're pulling up a website that ranks the news outlets and you're going to be like,
Hey, Popcorn, I could pull up any
dude, you're
Popcorn. I could
You're
pull
so
up any website that you want that ranks media.
why you
Dude, shut up. I could pull up any website that you want that ranks media credibility, and in every single one, the New York Times ranks higher than Fox News. Dude, you were really like, even for you,
dog,
this is like a new fucking low, bro. This is a new low
Just-
for you.
You're terrible at this, man. You're bad. And this is why your party's in shambles. This is why you won't win the White House in the next 40 or 50 years, because you believe the bullshit that you believe in, but people are leaving people like you and don't listen to you anymore. They stop listening because they know that they have been fed a bunch of bullshit lies, and they're done with y'all, man. They're done with y'all because you post shit like that. Look, the New York Times is more reliable than Fox News. Bullshit. They're both corrupt. They're both biased, both of them. And to say that New York Times is a more credible source, that's fucking nuts. There's no actual 100% credible source out there. And you know that. But
I
disingenuous.
literally never said there was a 100% credible source, you fucking idiot. This is so fucking funny. I just said they were more credible than Fox News. This guy is so funny. Hey, guys, when you watch this again on the tube, on the replay, I encourage you all to just go back and watch and laugh again. Laugh and laugh and laugh at just how dumb Popcorn is. I would say that I missed you, Popcorn, while you were gone for that little while, and while you were off, like, doing those 30-person panels. And now I kind of remember why I stopped talking to you, because nobody really wants to hear you, because really 1,000 people don't want to hear you talk. You should go back to those, like, 35 people panels, because that seems like more where you belong, bud. I think so. Yeah. Fucking awesome. You got dog walked. You got dog walked. Oh my God, he's so funny. Oh, what a sad little man. Oh boy. Oh, Oslo, there's no shame to you. You're doing it. Oslo's doing. Yeah, you're doing it willingly, friend. You're doing it willingly. Popcorn was doing it because no one else will take him. Ryder, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Of course.
Cool. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
28, South Carolina.
Okay. You want to talk about one of the subjects above or something else Donald Trump's doing?
Yeah. Are you guys gonna finally open the government after tomorrow? Is that why y'all are keeping it closed?
Oh wow, we're keeping it closed, huh? Hey, just
Yeah,
out of curiosity, who controls the Senate, the House, and the presidency right now?
Republicans. Are you just gonna ask easy questions all night? You're a smart guy. You know it requires 60 votes. Don't act dumb, bro.
Does it require 60 votes? Are you sure about that?
Yes.
So there's no way for the Republicans to walk into the Senate tomorrow and open the government?
Didn't say that at all.
Oh, so it doesn't require
Yeah.
60 votes?
It does.
Oh,
there are measures you can take to, I don't know, go against the institution of the Senate by getting rid of the filibuster, which, by the way, I disagree with because it's not healthy for a democracy. You know that thing
really?
you guys like to talk about so much.
Did you say that to John Thune when he used it?
Oh, yeah.
Did you say that to John Thune 2 months ago when he used it to push through 48 judges?
No, because that's not to reopen up the government. You're
Wait a
talking
second.
about
So you have no problem getting rid of the filibuster for that, but you're going to make a stand when it's getting rid of the filibuster for this?
Yeah, because you would permanently have to get rid of the filibuster to open up the government.
You would actually not have to permanently get rid of the
you do.
filibuster. By the way, did you know that if they use the nuclear option, they could literally vote the filibuster back in? Like, they could do it, like, right after. They could vote the filibuster back in. The nuclear option doesn't mean it's permanently gone. You don't know that, do you?
Sure, you can. You can.
You just said it would be permanently gone. You don't even know how it works, dude.
I mean, if you let me talk, I'll gladly explain to you what I'm
But
saying.
you just said it would be permanently gone. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking
Well,
about.
I was giving you the courtesy of letting you finish, right? Sure. You can go two routes with this. One, you can break the Senate and then fix it, which is what you're saying right now. Or you can get rid of the filibuster, pass everything by a simple majority, 51 vote. And I don't know, just pass a law that say you can never bring the filibuster back. This is why it's a slippery slope. This is why
you couldn't pass a law that would say that. That's not possible.
Yes, you can. You can make a federal law to make filibustering in the Senate illegal. You can pass virtually anything. You can get rid of the ACA. You can get rid of whatever Republicans want to get rid of because there's no filibuster in the Senate.
Hey, bud.
Hence why the filibuster is healthy for democracy.
Oh my God. I can't believe. Think about what you just said. Shit. Think about what you just said. You just said they could make a law to make the filibuster illegal. And that would be it. They could never change it. And then you just said, look what they can do. They could repeal the ACA. Is the ACA a law?
No, the ACA is subsidized.
Is the ACA a law?
It is.
Cool. And can they repeal the ACA?
Of course.
Cool. So if there was a law to end the filibuster, could they repeal it?
Of course.
Cool. So what you just said is just wrong. Oh my God. Dude, you literally don't know how our government works. Oh my God. Bro.
You don't.
Bro, this is like, come on, dude. Come on.
Are you going to keep like having a mental breakdown, bro? You don't know how the government works.
Yeah, I don't know how the guys. Guys, hold on. Ryder, just hold on one sec. Hold on. No, just wait 1 sec. Guys, I don't know how the government works. Ryder really cooked me right there. Gosh darn it. He got me. Wow.
Yeah, some random guy on TikTok knows more than our government official, which, by the way, there's a reason why the...
What government official? I'm talking to you, Ryder. What the fuck? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you moron.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. Let me finish one sentence. You're like literally yapping and acting like you're high or something. Again, there's a reason why the filibuster has never been used, and the nuclear option, even when Democrats were in power, has never been used to reopen the government. It's a very, very specific reason as to why it's not a good idea to, break the Senate to reopen the government. So I'm going to listen to those officials as opposed to some random guy on TikTok with a microphone and a headphone who thinks he knows more than, 50, 60, 70 years of Senate American history.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got it. So, I just wanted to double check. So you think that absolutely they shouldn't use the nuclear option?
Of course not. It's not a good idea.
So you're positive about that?
100%. Disagree with Donald Trump on it. Disagreed when Democrats advocate for it. So gotta stay intellectually consistent, right?
Well, I mean, considering the fact that Trump is the one who thinks that they should use it, tom to bottom, and there are also Republicans who think that they should use it. And you were, by the way, being completely disingenuous when you came up here and said that 60 votes was the only way to end this thing. Seems kind of weird, but also it seems kind of odd to me that when you talk about these things. By the way, you also said the filibuster had never been used, and the filibuster has been used.
I said to reopen the government, not to pass simple legislations. Those are two different things, and you're aware of that.
You said the filibuster has never been used. I think. Did you mean to say the nuclear option has never been used?
I mean, if you want to play semantics, the nuclear option can include the filibuster. Sure.
No, that's not, dude. Okay. All right. Well, then let's make sure that you understand what you're talking about. What is the nuclear option? Explain it to everybody.
In this context, the nuclear option, as Donald
Trump
there's
only one context. There's only one context.
I am speaking to what Donald Trump is calling for, which is to get rid of the filibuster. That's what he posted.
Right.
That's what the conversation is about
Exactly.
that we're having, because that's what he, the president of the United States and the party in power, is calling for, which
Okay.
I disagree with.
Got it. Okay. So just so we're clear, that's the only thing that the nuclear option is. So saying that the filibuster has never been used is not correct. You're saying that the nuclear option has never been used. Because saying that the filibuster has never been used is wrong, because people filibuster all the time. The nuclear option has never been
about
used.
a government shutdown, though.
Except for the fact that the filibuster
talking
had,
about
dude, you literally, okay,
policies.
dude, just stop. You're like, now you're just talking in circles and you don't know what you're talking
Because
about.
you're playing
I'm
semantics, bro.
not playing semantics.
You
You
literally
can't say
are.
that the filibuster has never been used. The filibuster has been used many times. If you
What are we
meant the
talking about
nuclear
here?
option, say the nuclear option, not the filibuster. Those are two different things. The nuclear option is to end the filibuster. The filibuster is the filibuster. Those are two separate things.
Wow, thank you for telling me something I had no idea
Well,
about.
considering the fact that I was trying to clarify it and you kept pushing back, we could have just said, cool, yes, that's what I meant. That's all I was trying to do. Jesus Christ, dude. But I'm sorry. You're kind of slow, so I'm having to really dumb things down here. So anyways, as we talk about this, why is it that the Republicans want everyone's health care to skyrocket in price?
Republicans don't want that.
Well,
Democrats want
sure
that.
they do. Well, wait, when you say Democrats want that, that's literally why they're holding out, is because they want the ACA subsidies to not go away, and the Republicans have no problem with the ACA subsidies going away.
Sure, let me prove you wrong. The reason why Democrats want everyone's premiums to go up, because when they passed the American Rescue Plan back in 2021, and when
No,
they extended,
but stop. We're talking about the ACA subsidies that are expiring
talking
and the
about that,
and the
right.
healthcare premiums that are going up right now this month. So why
That
is
is
it that the
exactly what I'm
Republicans
talking
won't
about.
extend the ACA subsidies?
that is exactly what I'm talking about. So when Democrats extended the ACA subsidies to end, by the way, in 2025, because they care so much about premium prices
They
that
wanted,
they made it temporary.
except for the fact that they wanted
Dude, I
them
would
to
like
be,
them
except
to
for they
make that
wanted them to be permanent, and the Republicans wouldn't vote for them to be permanent.
Oh, why is that? What happened in 2020? Why these subsidies were created?
The
A very
Republicans
specific
wouldn't.
thing.
Yeah, the Republicans wouldn't vote for them to be permanent, and since then,
Why?
the Democrats have tried multiple times, and in fact, in March,
Why?
they said again, "What's that? Why? What?
Why were these subsidies put in place?
To help keep health insurance costs down."
For what reason? What happened in 2020 that caused these subsidies to be expanded?
The C-19.
I'll give you a right. So
yeah, we all
Democrats-
know that. No one's disputing that. I'm asking you a specific question, and you still haven't answered it. Why do
I am answering your
Republicans want everyone's healthcare premiums to go up?
Sure, and you just answered it. So the
I didn't.
subsidies
You
that we're
haven't
talk-
answered it either.
You literally did. You literally did. The subsidies that we're talking about, again, we're not talking about the initial subsidies that were passed in 2020 with the passage of the ACA. We are talking about the subsidies
I
that were
understand
passed.
that. We all know that. You can
let me
skip to it.
finish.
We all know that. I'm asking you the question, why do the Republicans now not want to keep those so that people don't see their insurance premiums double or even triple in some cases? Why do the Republicans
Because-
not want to keep them?
For the 20th time, because those subsidies were very specific. And
I
fine-tuned.
understand that they were specific. I'm saying, why wouldn't we keep them so that people could keep their health insurance costs down? That's the whole point. I get it.
Okay.
They were specific, and Democrats are saying, hey, we know that they were specific, but they've done really good things for the American people. They've kept healthcare costs down, and we're helping Americans. I thought the whole point was to help Americans, but you and the Republicans apparently want to see healthcare premiums skyrocket. Why should we force Americans paying more for healthcare premiums? That's the question I'm asking. I don't need an explainer as to why they were temporary. I don't need any of that. I keep asking you the same question, and it's flying right the fuck over your head. Why won't they extend them?
Sure, we don't need facts. Got it. So let me dumb it down even more. So we don't need to extend them because we are not in a pandemic situation.
Great.
Got it?
Okay, got it. So you just don't give a fuck about the American people. Got it. Cool.
Oh,
That's
wow.
all we needed
What
to
a
hear. It's fine, which is
What a
exactly what. And by the way, members of your own party, completely fucking disagree with you, including people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Chip.
Green. Wow, I knew it. You guys are so predictable. Forget about the 3 Democrats that we got in our court. Let's talk about the one Marjorie Taylor Greene, but let's forget about John Fetterman.
She's not just number one, she's not just first off, she's not just the one. There's multiple, okay, that are saying it. Chip Roy comes to mind, Rand Paul comes to mind, there's others. But Chip Roy and Marjorie Taylor Greene are notable, and they're notable because they are super MAGA, they're super alt-right, they are in line with Donald Trump on just about everything, and the fact that they're saying that this shouldn't happen is a big fucking deal. John Fetterman is so center-right, I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to flip his party affiliation to Republican. He's so center-right. And the other Democrats in the Senate that shifted their votes only did so because they're trying to protect their districts. They could give those votes because they knew that the rest of the Democrats weren't going to vote for it. They could give those votes. It's a political ploy. They didn't want to vote for it. You literally don't understand how basic politics works, do you,
I
Chief?
don't understand how politics work. What a cop-out. Yeah, I know you want to run from the debate because you want to use that
I'm
as
literally
your
not
source.
running
Oh,
from
I know.
anything. I'm explaining how basic politics works.
Literally.
You're the one who keeps saying...
What did I say What did I say about politics that was inconsistent as far as how it works? Like, what did I say?
Okay, well, you've said a number of things that were just flat out wrong with how our Senate and our Congress works when you came up to begin the... Yes, you did.
Just want to play
All right, well,
semantics.
I would say go over on the tube and watch the replay, and then you'll see just how fucking dumb you are.
Yeah, I don't need to watch any replay. You know what? All of those Republicans you
Okay,
just
I would
named,
encourage everyone,
they
the rest
didn't
of the 1,000 people in here to go watch the replay on the tube, and then you can see just how dumb he is. But anyways, what were you going to say?
You're 1,000 Democrats or whatever. You know what? Those Republicans you just mentioned, although that there is a conversation to be had about ACA cost and premium cost, that's always a conversation to be had. You know what they didn't do? They didn't vote to hold Americans hostage. And you know what the Democrats that voted for Republicans did do? They voted to not hold Americans hostage and use them as leverage and starvation to the tune to where multiple airlines, the largest federal employee.
Hey, when we talk about starvation, why isn't Donald Trump releasing SNAP funding?
We had a vote for it. You guys shot it down. Next question.
Wrong. Donald Trump is legally obligated to do so. 2 federal judges said so. Why was Donald Trump holding SNAP funding that was already appropriated and already set up for an emergency? There was no vote that was needed to do so. Why was he holding it? Because 2 federal judges said that he was holding it illegally and it was already set for November. Why was he holding it illegally?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because we want to open up the government.
Oh, so Donald Trump is okay to play politics with fucking starving people.
No.
You literally just said that Donald Trump was holding it so that the Democrats will reopen the government. So Donald Trump is okay to keep money to starve people to reopen the government is what you're saying.
You got a PhD in semantics, bro. I am.
That is literally what you just said. It's not semantics. That's the fucking words that came out of your fucking mouth, bro.
I am saying.
Do you want? What is the word? Hey, no. Let's define. What does semantics mean? Because you keep using that word, and in the words of Princess Bride, I do not think that word means what you think it does.
Oh, semantics is I'm gonna manipulate your words into meaning
what
I want it to mean.
That's not the definition of a word. What is the definition of semantics? What's the definition of it? The dictionary definition, because you don't understand what it is.
I know exactly what it is. Again,
cool, then define it.
Right
define it. No, that's not semantics. I'm asking for the definition of a word. You literally don't know what semantics is.
You are.
Dude, this guy is so dumb. This guy is so dumb. He doesn't understand the difference between semantics and a definition. This guy is so fucking dumb. He doesn't understand the difference between semantics and a definition. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Anyways, you just said that Donald Trump was holding the SNAP money because he wanted Donald Trump to get the Democrats to reopen the government. That literally translates to Donald Trump is okay with withholding money for people to eat so that the Democrats would reopen the government. That's literally what you just said.
because if he were to release those SNAP benefits, it would hurt the federal workers. And I'll tell you how, because it would be an incentive to keep the government closed, which would hurt more Americans than help more Americans. The ultimate solution to help everybody, but then you're going to pivot to healthcare getting too expensive, is to open up the government. You're going to get everybody paid. You're going to feed everybody. You're going to fund everything.
Did Congress fund SNAP through November, yes or no?
No. The CR would be required.
Wrong. 100% wrong.
November.
They funded
Yes, sure.
they funded
November,
SNAP
my
through
bad.
November. Yes. So is Donald
November,
Trump
I thought you-
withholding it illegal? Yes or no?
No, it's not illegal.
2 federal judges found that it is illegal. So you're wrong.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
guess
you're wrong.
what?
So basically no, you're wrong. Because 2 federal judges know more than fucking McFuckface Ryder on
Doesn't mean
TikTok,
it's
okay?
illegal.
Dude, shut the fuck up. It literally does mean that it's illegal. If a federal judge says that what you're doing is illegal, it's illegal. That's literally, and when I say literally, I mean literally, not figuratively. I know you probably can't understand the difference between those two things. That's a definition, not semantics. That's a definition of those two words. I won't explain because Jesus Christ, dude, you're really not fucking all there. But anyways, that is literally what that means. Literally illegal for him to keep those funds. No, shut the fuck up. It is literally illegal for him to keep funds that Congress appropriated for that program. He is playing with people's lives, with their food, to make a political point. That is fucked up. And you could say, and now you're going to come back and say the Democrats are doing it, except for the fact that the Democrats and the Republicans made sure that the program was funded all the way through the end of November, so none of them thought that this was going to happen. Donald Trump and the Trump administration and the people in the fucking White House are the ones doing this.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad you brought up, because you care so much about people starving. Why did the states, because you're talking about the contingency funds, why did the state need to tap into their reserves to fund, or to feed rather, Americans?
Because Donald Trump isn't distributing SNAP funds like he was fucking
Why?
supposed to, you fucking moron. I literally just explained it to you.
And what's
Holy
causing
shit,
all of
dude,
that
are you fucking tracking? I literally just explained to you the question you just asked me.
What's
Holy
causing all of
fuck,
that to
dude.
happen?
Oh
No,
my
and you're wrong, by
god,
the
you
way.
were just
Because-
this, you were
Let
not
me just
smart
answer-
enough to
let
have
me
this
just
fucking
address the
conversation.
question
Holy
correctly.
shit,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
sure. That's your answer for everything. Again, at the end of the day, the reason why all of this is happening, for one, is because Democrats don't want to open the government.
Yep,
But let's-
Democrats, you just
but
keep
let's-
saying the
let's
same
say-
thing, even though I literally
let's
just
say-
explained all of this to you. You're just going to say the same thing over again because you're just fucking stupid. That's
Yeah,
it.
because you
I
don't wanna hear the
literally,
facts.
because you asked me a question and I had literally just gotten done answering it for you. Why did the states have to reach into their pocket to pay? Because Donald Trump cut off the SNAP benefits, the thing I just explained to you.
Yes, and let me tell you why that's a good idea, because it only has about five.
Let me tell you why it's a good idea that Donald Trump cut off the SNAP benefits. That's the words that just came out of this guy's mouth. Holy fucking shit, chat. This is MAGA. Let me tell you why it's a good thing that we don't make sure poor people don't eat.
Oh, yeah,
You
guys care
piece
about
of fucking shit. You are a piece of shit. Do you understand?
Contingency?
You are no.
Oh,
I want to make sure you understand the words coming out of my mouth. You are a piece of shit for
let's keep it
saying
up.
that and for thinking that it is okay for the President of the United States to do this.
So you think Chuck Schumer is a piece of shit as well? You think
Chuck Schumer made sure that SNAP was funded. Chuck Schumer made sure that SNAP was funded, and so did John Thune. I don't like John Thune, but those guys made sure that SNAP was funded. Donald Trump is the one that is withholding the funds, or was trying to. Do you understand the difference between those two fucking things, you fucking moron?
Oh yeah, band-aid solutions. That's a good idea. Sure.
Cool.
problem
So
with the
now what you're doing is now you're moving the goalposts because I literally just proved to you that Chuck Schumer and Donald Trump aren't in the same league when it comes to this because
They are,
Schumer and Thune made sure it was funded via the contingency plan. That's where the $8 billion comes from. Donald Trump said, fuck them, we're not giving them the money. That was Donald Trump's choice.
Yeah, we're gonna lose our leverage. That's a nice guy. Chuck Schumer is such a saint. Yeah, you got it, bro.
It was the
$5
Republicans,
billion.
dude, you fucking moron. It was the Republicans and the Democrats. They all said, we won't let SNAP go unfunded. That's why the contingency plan existed. Everyone had to decide that. The person is him. He's deciding to withhold the fucking benefits, you idiot.
Contingency plans exist for, actual emergencies.
Like this!
That you can't control. This isn't an emergency.
This literally is an emergency. This is an emergency. You are so fucking stupid, and you literally don't understand this. You literally are so fucking stupid. I hope that one day that you have food insecurity and you are in a situation where you understand what those poor people are going through. I would never wish that. I would never wish that on just about anyone. But you know what? I wish that for you, so that you can learn some compassion for your fucking fellow man, because you are a callous piece of shit, and I cannot believe that of all of the political things that you would say, that you think that it's okay to use that money as a fucking political pawn. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. You are disgusting, sir. You're disgusting. The money is there. The money is already there. If the money is already there, why wouldn't you give it to the people that need it?
I'll tell you why. Because you're going to exhaust the system meant for actual emergency. That's only going to last about 1 month.
That money is only there for that specific reason, you fucking idiot.
This is not an emergency.
Listen,
this is willful.
I just want everyone to I'm literally just keeping this guy here because I want everyone to understand just how fucking awful. Not only are they fucking stupid, they're fucking terrible human beings.
Politician choose.
It's not. Anyways, I'm glad you guys are here. Happy Monday to everybody. I love you guys too. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I just, listen, say whatever the fuck you want. Okay, I'll argue whatever political points with you, but even the Republicans in Congress were like, we're gonna make sure, we're going to make sure that this stays funded. This is the Trump administration. Guys, I'm okay. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Thank you. Guys, real quick before we bring up our next Trump supporter, please keep liking that screen. I appreciate you guys. Those likes are flying, and I appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. It's a Monday night. Our friend Nemo took the night off. He needed to get some sleep. We miss him, but he took the night off. I am flying solo tonight, and just for fun. It's good times. Good times to fly solo. Sometimes it's fun. It's fun. I appreciate you guys helping out with that live goal. Thank you, God. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, friend. Help out with the live goal. Like I said, drop your follows on the main account, the backup. Hey, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe over on the tube, Politics with Matt. You can also find the link in my link tree in the bio. Go over there, subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, watch for a couple of minutes, help out the algo. If we can get up to 1,000 subscribers over there, that would be great. Thank you guys. Thank you for your help with that, and we're going to keep it going. Also, if you'd like to provide any additional support, you can find those blue and green apps in the links in the Bible. They said they wanted to remain anonymous, so I will respect their wishes. On the green app, somebody sent me 50 on the green app, and that was very generous. I won't say who, but can we get W's for Anon in the chat? That was very kind. Thank you, anonymous friend. We appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys very much. Very kind. So, don't worry, guys. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Let me get upset every once in a while. It's okay. It's good for me. Because it's like it's like you guys ever watch Seinfeld, Serenity Now? And George's dad keeps doing Serenity Now, and he just keeps it all bottled in, and then it finally just explodes. See? Can't do that. You gotta let it out. So that's what we're doing. Thank you guys for knocking out that gift goal. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, friends. You guys are too kind. You guys don't have to do that. Thank you. All right, so we're going to bring up our next guest here. I think we've got someone in the box. Let me reset the gift goal real quick. Let me put up something fun. What's fun? I don't think I haven't done this in a while. There. I'll make me look silly up here. There. You guys can make me look silly. Crystal's like, yes, I will make you look silly right away. All right, Crystal, you've been prolific. Thank you, but no, stop it. Katie, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
38, South Carolina.
Okay. You want to talk about one of the subjects above or something else Donald Trump is doing right now?
What's your opinion on SNAP benefits being more important or subsidies to the health insurance companies?
What's my opinion on SNAP benefits being more important or subsidies being more important?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't pick between either of them. I think that keeping healthcare costs down for people so that they don't get bankrupted by them is pretty important, and then also making sure that poor people have access to food is pretty important, because the preamble to our Constitution says promote the general welfare. It's literally in the first paragraph of our Constitution, and so our government should be doing both of those things. So not helping out with either would be a dereliction of their duty.
I can't eat health insurance though.
Yeah, I know, which is good thing that we're. Oh wait, nope, that's right. The Trump administration is actively ensuring that the contingency fund that was available for SNAP benefits is not being distributed, even though it was found illegal by 2 federal judges.
Well, I could say the same about the Democrats actively.
Except for the fact that no federal, except for the fact that you can't say the same thing about the. I'm not going to let you.
You're just going to spurg again.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to let you do that.
You're just going to spurg.
That's a slur, you know that, and I know that. So if you're going to say that one more time, I'll just drop
Did
you.
I hurt your feelings?
No, you didn't hurt my feelings, but it's short for. No, you didn't hurt my feelings, but it's short for Asperger's, and saying spurging is a slur. That's what it's short for.
Asperger's is a slur now.
No, Asperger's isn't a slur, but it's a term that we no longer use. It's no longer a correct medical term. But saying that someone is spurging is derogatory to someone who has autism. So we don't say spurging.
It's a good,
so when you say it, you're just
descriptor.
being it's a good descriptor of what a piece of shit you are. Yep, agreed. Anyways, bye, Katie. Also, I find it hilarious that you wouldn't even come up under your real name because you're such a coward. Next time you want to come up under your real name and show your face. Oh, yeah, his account probably got banned. Yeah. Agreed. And that's why we don't say that word. Yeah, it did. Hello, Rob.
What up, man?
What's up?
I'll give it up. It was me. I'm the anonymous guy.
You're what?
The anonymous guy.
No, you're not.
This.
That's funny though.
But we're still cool.
I'll give you. I'll give you. You know what? I'll give you a little credit. That's actually almost kind of funny.
I'm hilarious. Always. Every time.
Let's not go that far.
But anyway, yes, I agree with the prompt up there. I actually had gout this week. You know what that is?
I do, but what part of the?
It's a King's disease, they call it. I don't know if you knew that.
But I'm sorry, but Rob, when you say you agree with the prompt, what do you mean?
Well, just that a king can overeat and not be healthy and get gout like I had. And that's why they called it the King's disease. Back in the day, now they call it gout, and that's it. But anyway, it's the Democrats that are holding back everyone.
Oh my God.
If they would just pass a CR bill, and even in my state, Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff crossed the party lines and voted for the bill, which I wasn't expecting.
They did it because they're trying to score political points with the base so they don't look bad, and they can do it because there's not going to be any other Democrats that vote for it to reopen the government. It's politics.
Yeah, well,
it's like when Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski join with the Democrats on a vote that they know is going to fail.
Susan Collins always joins the Democrats.
Not always.
She might as well just.
Yeah,
I don't know who she thinks she's kidding.
Except for the fact that she doesn't. She oftentimes, when it matters, she votes with the Republicans. She confirms judges or cabinet picks or all these different things. When it really matters, she votes with the Republicans. But if there's just enough votes to get it over the finish line, she'll vote with the Democrats, because then she can be like, look at me, I'm bipartisan, when my vote actually didn't matter. That's what Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff are doing. They're just hoping that people like you will be dumb enough to fall for it.
Yeah, well, I will unseat one of them when I run for senator.
That's fantastic.
And if you shared my views and philosophies, you'd be better off for it, Matt, because what I would do is provide everyone with a fishing pole and a pack of seeds, along with I would provide every kid food. I would, if you teach someone to fish, you'll feed them for a lifetime. And if you just give them a fish, then, you ever heard that one too?
The expression is give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man a fish, feed him for a lifetime. That's the expression.
Yes. Yeah, you would agree with that, right? And if I gave a pack of seeds,
it's not really true. You can't. I mean, you can't. It's not. You can't feed 330 million people that way. It would be impossible.
Well, Jesus fed, I don't know, however many thousand people with one fish. But
it wasn't one fish, number one. It was a couple of fishes and a couple of loaves. If you know the actual fucking story. That's first off. Second off, it's a fucking fairy tale that didn't really happen. Jesus Christ. Literally.
Dude.
But it didn't happen, Rob. You can't just magically make food multiply.
Well, he turned water to wine.
No, he didn't.
That's nothing but profit right there.
No, he didn't, Rob. No, he didn't. It's not
Yeah,
true.
at a wedding.
No.
Okay.
Cool. Prove it.
Whatever. Go ahead and believe what you want to believe,
Prove it.
Matt.
Prove it. Prove it.
I don't know. I read the Bible.
And?
So, and I'm a believer myself.
Cool. You believing in a fairy tale doesn't make it true.
All right. Well, I believe more in Jesus than I believe in the big bad wolf.
I grew up watching The Muppet Show. I believe that Kermit the Frog is a real thing, that he can really talk, that he is a real being. And I have more evidence that Kermit the Frog is a real living being than Jesus Christ did actual miracles.
Do you believe that Bert and Ernie were gay?
Dude, how would you get from that to Bert and Ernie? And number one, I don't know, maybe not. Who fucking cares? I don't fucking care. Sure, they're gay. Good for them. Who fucking cares? I don't know. They slept in separate beds, but who fucking cares?
No, they slept in the same bed.
No, they didn't. They slept in separate beds. Did you ever even watch Sesame Street, you fucking idiot?
I think I remember them sleeping in the same bed. But anyway, let's not veer off the topic here. Let's
hold on. I can't. I need a.
Yeah, I was just talking about Jesus to begin with and how he fed thousands of people.
Hold on, Rob. Hold on. Keegan.
First of all, Bert and Ernie were definitely gay. Just so you know.
They're fine. Keegan, I gotta.
They were raging.
Keegan, hold on, Rob.
Out of control.
Rob. Yeah, raging. Bert with his fucking pigeon watching, and Ernie with his fucking rubber duckies. Dear God. But Keegan, I need to go. I need to go pee. Can you handle this for like 30 seconds?
Why would you do this to me?
That's a little bit too much information.
Because you shut the fuck up, Rob. I gotta pee. You're talking about raging homosexual.
God.
All right, yeah, I know. Well, Keegan, you requested up, so since you're here, I'm gonna go pee. All right, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Well,
how are you tonight, Rob?
Just share that with the whole.
Rob, do you not pee? Come on.
I don't go around announcing it on TikTok to everyone.
How's your night been, Rob?
It's been good so far. So
all right,
good.
what are we talking about?
Thank you for asking. Yeah, we're talking about the government shutdown and how the Democrats.
Because I got here like 10 minutes ago and we weren't talking about that. We were talking about turning water into wine or something.
Yes, that was Jesus. I haven't turned water into wine yet myself. But I don't drink wine anyway. I just drink bourbon.
What kind?
Right now, Maker's Mark.
Disgusting.
That's like top of the line.
That definitely is not top of the line. Have you ever had Macallan?
No. How much is a fifth of Macallan? Whatever that is. It's probably like $200, right?
I mean, Google is free.
Well, okay, I'll Google it. I'll see if they got it at the local liquor store.
You're like my favorite rage baiter of the night, I think.
I'm everybody's favorite rage baiter. Thank you.
Thank you for confirming.
Yes, I am the master debater and the master rage baiter, but not the master baiter. Yeah, it's it all gets confusing there. But what are your political affiliations?
I mean, oh, someone said McAllen's so good, so real.
Oh, they just said too much information to me, and Matt already said he had to pee.
Will you repeat what you just said to me about being the master rage baiter?
Yeah, I was saying I was the master debater and the master rage debater and the master baiter all in one.
I can't.
Hang on, I gotta. Rob, I'm gonna put you on mute, guys. For the love of all that is holy, if there are any other Trump supporters in here, please request up. Any other Trump supporters, guys? Any Trump supporters, please request up and have a conversation with me. We have 950 people here, and just please. Any other? Oh, wait, we got someone else. Okay. Hold on. Wait a second. Hi, Nick. Did you have a mod announcement, or do you want to come up? What's up, friend? How are you?
Yeah, I was actually coming up number one to give Keegan a little backup.
Oh.
And, but number two, yes, mod announcement. That's, so we have, again, as Matt said, we have almost 950 people in here. If we could please tap the screen and let's get Matt to, well, we're almost at 300. So let's say 350 in the next few minutes, 350,000 likes. That's an easy goal. Let's shoot that out real quick. Also, don't forget to follow Matt, obviously, on this page. He has this backup down in the corner. Follow Keegan. It's your choice on Rob. But get your daily heart up at the top. Let's keep this on the FYP because Lord knows MAGA is sending their best and this is what we are left with. So please, let's bring some people in. Rob is not the master of much, but let's bring in his friends and get a good debate going. And I think that's it. Thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you, Nick. We appreciate you, friend. Cancel culture. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Good night, Rob. Good luck on your Senate run.
So the first thing, sorry.
Okay, can you tell us how old you are and what state you voted in, please?
36 in New York.
Okay. So do you want to discuss one of the topics above or something else Donald Trump is doing right now?
I want to talk about immigration and their impact on the healthcare system. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. So immigrants, they go to the ER, and if you don't give your social security, you don't get any information, you don't have to pay for diddly squat, right? So I'm not saying like don't let them get urgent care, but they abuse it. They do.
Cool. What's the source in the study on that?
So what do you mean source, dude?
Yeah, what's the study that says that they abuse that?
Do you know any nurse or doctor?
Cancel
or
culture.
ER?
Cancel culture. I'm going to stop you right there. Number one, I live in Boston. I live in Massachusetts. We're number one in healthcare in the entire country. That's number one. Number two, multiple friends that are doctors at some of the best hospitals in the country. So don't even go there with me. Number three, I'm just asking you for the study that supports the thing that you're saying right now. If what you're saying is true, then there would be a study that would prove that undocumented immigrants are draining the system dry. So just give me the study, please.
Matt, I have family members who work in
having
the ER.
family. Okay, great. And I have family and friends who work in the industry, and they say the exact opposite. See why anecdotal evidence doesn't work? See why anecdotal evidence doesn't work? That's why we need independent sources to tell us the information.
Matt, first of all, I would take what you say as truth. Are you honestly saying that your medical friends or whatever?
Okay, we're not doing this. I don't want you to take what I have to say as truth because it's anecdotal. we don't do anecdotal information here. My
No,
personal
but-
stories and my personal information are not true. Yours are not true.
I kind of just want to ask how immigrants or migrants going to the emergency room is affecting you, though, by the way.
Dude, you don't understand. Like they go in there.
I mean, I live in New York. I don't
Sometimes
know
they
if you
go
live
there just
upstate
for
or if you
food.
live in the city, but
No, I'm saying sometimes they go to the ER just to get food, like not even for actual health care. Okay.
do you think they go to
That's-
the ER just to get food?
Stop. Nope.
this
No.
actually happens,
Stop.
dude.
Stop. That's not true. I want a source. Show me a source that this is happening.
Man, it's
All
everyday
right,
life.
but I'm not doing this. You can't make claims without factual information to back it up.
Cancel
It's-
culture.
You
I
can't do
live
it.
in New York, and I was in the ER just a couple months ago, and they will not give you food unless like you've been in there and they've done their tests and like you ask for it. You only get food when you're
96
admitted into the hospital.
Yeah.
What ER? Because 96th Street in New York City, you go in there, you get the free sandwich if you want. They just give it to you.
Okay, but they have to assess what's wrong with you before they can determine that you're able to eat food.
Yeah, sure.
So you think that these people are just making up some big elaborate lie so they could get a sandwich?
Some people do.
Are you
They
stupid?
No, Keegan. Some people abuse the system.
To get a sandwich.
Yes, literally, it's just to get a
So
sandwich.
why are you upset? Okay, so let's just like say they are doing this, which they aren't. You're mad that people are going to the ER to get a sandwich?
No, I'm not mad. No, you're right.
Oh no, he had a ham and cheese sandwich. Your life is over.
No, I get what you're saying.
No.
Look, I get what you're saying. I understand. Yes, I should not be arguing over a fucking ham sandwich in the ER. If people went there just to eat a ham sandwich, they were probably pretty hungry.
I'm just confused as to what the issue is.
You know, Keegan.
it's just that-
If we're talking about, by the way, I lived in New York City. Where do you live in New York City? Cancel culture.
Queens.
Cool. I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Bed-Stuy and Park Slope. But what line do you live off of?
What line?
Yeah.
Q line?
What's that?
The Q?
Oh, the Q. Oh yeah, I like the Q. I lived off
I
of
never
the
showed that.
F and the G. I used to take the Q too to get up to Midtown's quick on the Express.
Yeah,
but
Q's always fucking annoyed.
yeah. Anyways, dude, living in New York City, there are a million ways that are quicker and easier to get food than going to a fucking emergency room and waiting for hours to get food. Like, and this is like, again, this is Keegan and I, like, gaming out your scenario that, by the way, neither of us thinks is true or at all accurate. But even if we were to game out your scenario, which, again, you've provided no source that this is a thing, just your own speculation because you heard it from somebody. Hold on, bud. Hold on. Just because you heard it. Sorry, but we don't operate like that here. But even so, what you're saying makes no sense. I lived in New York City. There's food pantries all over the place. There are food banks. There are places where people can go. There's soup kitchens. If you are poor and you need food, New York City is not I hate to say it like this. I don't mean it that it's a good thing to be poor anywhere. But if you're going to be somewhere, New York is not a terrible place. There are a lot of options for you to receive some sort of resources. It's never good to be poor or hungry, God forbid. But there are a lot of resources for you in New York. So why wouldn't you do that versus going to an ER in one of the busiest cities in the world and sitting there and waiting for hours on end just to try and scam a sandwich and pretend to be sick?
First they're eating the dogs, then they're eating the cats, now they're eating our ham sandwiches. When will it end?
First of all, Matt, you make a very good point. All right, I agree with you that New York, yes, they do have many food pantries. They have plenty of places that you can eat if you can't afford to food or whatever. But at the same time, Matt, like they abuse the ER system.
No, they
as
don't.
well.
No, they don't. Because you know why we know. You know why we know that they don't. What's EMTALA?
Sorry, what?
What is EMTALA?
What?
EMTALA.
EMTALA.
Can you explain what it
I don't know
is?
what that is.
It's the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act. It was signed into law under Ronald Reagan. And basically what it says is it says that any hospital that receives Medicare funding, which is basically every hospital everywhere in the United States, they have to provide emergency medical services to every single person that walks in the door, regardless of their ability to pay and regardless of any sort of citizenship status or nationality, whatever. Doesn't matter. So if you are a U.S. citizen, if you're here on vacation from France, if you're undocumented, whatever it is, if you walk into an emergency room and you are in trouble, a hospital has to treat you. So, and not only do they have to treat you, but that hospital gets reimbursed by the federal government. Okay.
Matt, have you been to the ER before?
A number of times, yes.
Yeah. So if you don't give your social security, right?
What?
You just get free. If you don't give your social security number, you get free treatment. Essentially.
That's not. What?
That's true, dude. If you don't give your social security number to the ER, they treat you for free because they can't find you.
If you lie, okay. So if you're saying yes, if you lie to them and you don't give them any identifying information, sure. Yeah, I guess you could try to lie. I guess you could try to lie to them and scam them, except for the fact that they're not going to be able to treat you beyond the emergency. So if you're a person who had a legitimate medical emergency and you're trying to get further coverage, you're not going to lie about that. You're going to give them your social security number and you're going to say who you are because you want to continue to be treated.
No, I agree with you
So,
partially there.
do you know what I was trying to go for here is, do you know, because they actually do track these numbers, do you know what percentage of all EMTALA funds ends up going to undocumented immigrants?
15%.
Try again.
10%.
Try again.
8%.
Keep going.
5%.
Keep going.
What does it do?
You want to make one more guess?
4%, I guess.
All right. Well, can you read it on the screen? Less than 1% of total Medicaid spending goes to emergency care for non-citizen immigrants. And by the way, that's from the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office. The Congressional Budget Office is, of course, nonpartisan. It has nothing to do with anything else. So,
1%, really.
Less than 1%. And that article, by the way, is from October 4th of 2024. That was using the most recent data that we had from the CBO.
Well, Matt, I do not think it was 1% or less. I thought it was way higher than that.
And total emergency Medicaid spending. So if we were just talking about, so that's of EMTALA, right? So it's less than 1% of EMTALA is that. Now, if we took it of all Medicaid spending, like all Medicaid spending all together, if we took it and we took that EMTALA amount and then we put it in the bigger pie of all Medicaid, it would be 0.4% would be emergency Medicaid spending. Not even the amount that's spent on undocumented immigrants, just for all of EMTALA would only be 0.4% of all emergency Medicaid spending. This number is so low, it's absurd.
Well, that's not the impression that I got from all media, right? All media was telling me that like this was a huge burden on our medical system. Okay,
Who is telling you this?
Dude, everyone.
Really? Because I
Like-
haven't seen it anywhere.
I know, Matt, but people who actually work in hospitals, people who, like,
Dude, again, I know
even-
people who
even
I
just
know,
advice.
dude, I know lots of people where I even have a friend of mine who works in right up near Columbia. He's a doctor in the city. I've never heard anything like this from him.
Yeah, but you live in Boston, dude. You have the best medical care system in the world. Like, let's be honest, it's a little bit different elsewhere.
Yeah, we have good healthcare. Yes, agreed.
Yes, but it's a little bit different elsewhere, dude. I'm not.
Dude, New York has good healthcare too. What's happening
does,
is,
but-
dude, I listen, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you have to accept the fact that the numbers that I just told you are real and they're true. And if you don't believe it, go to the Congressional Budget Office and look it up yourself, because what I just showed you is a true analysis. It's true. Less than 1%. And here's the report. Here's a link to the report right here. Here's the report.
No, dude, I believe you.
They've got all the numbers. They've got everything you want to see. Okay? So this is not feelings. This is just facts. You're running off of feelings.
Matt, you have to understand, like, this is a huge fucking change of view that I'm hearing from you, okay?
Okay.
Like, I thought for my entire life that they were a burden on the system, and then now you're showing me, like a random ass website. Actually, CBO. Okay. Legit.
What do you think? What do you think the
shows
largest
that
burden
it's just
is?
1%. It's like it's gonna take me a little bit to acclimate to that, man.
What do you think the largest burden is?
I thought it was ER visits, man.
It's uninsured Americans. It's actually uninsured Americans.
What do you mean with that? Like what?
The
Like
largest
you don't have car
burden to
insurance?
hospitals and the medical system in whole is uninsured Americans.
Hey, Val. And by the way, welcome, Val, everybody. Hey, Val.
Welcome. How's it going, Matt?
Fun question for you. If the more uninsured people that there are, what happens to premiums, the cost of healthcare premiums? If there's more
They go up.
uninsured, they go up. That's it. Yeah. So the cost of healthcare goes up if there's more uninsured people, like Val is saying, and not only does it cost us out of pocket for private insurance, but it's going to cost us more as taxpayers.
Correct. And we're going to lose the largest hurt is going to be rural America, because they're going to be the part of the country that loses hospitals, healthcare, and medical workers first.
Yeah, but Val, can I ask you a question? Who gives a fuck about rural America?
I live in the state of Texas.
Okay.
Okay. Keep in mind that our major cities are Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Lubbock, and El Paso. That is not even 1/10 the land mass in Texas. We have thousands upon thousands of rural hospitals that take care of people that live in those areas. You know, farming communities, ranching communities, oil field communities.
Yeah, but let those rural hospitals fail.
No, sir. Every time you say let a rural hospital fail, that comes at the cost of lives.
But those people are the same people who voted.
Not everybody, sir. In America, one of the greatest things about it is we can live anywhere in the United States that we really want to.
I know, but Val.
There's no but.
Sorry, what?
There's no but.
No, Val, what I'm saying is those people voted for what they're getting, right?
You mean right now, you know, people in those areas voted for what they're getting? Yes, but why did they make that vote?
Well, let them.
No. Why did they make that vote? Because it's important.
There's actually a really good video where Bernie Sanders visits a rural community, and they talk about how they voted for Trump specifically because he had mentioned, like in his old campaigns, that he was going to give back to those communities. And then these people are sitting there talking about how they never saw that, but they were so hopeful because they were like, oh, like he's fighting for us. I can link that. It's really good.
Let them, you know.
No, because the people in those communities are our farmers. We need those people.
Farmers are ranchers.
We don't need farmers, first of all.
Are you kidding?
What? Dude.
We can get that from other countries for cheaper, right?
Oh, wait a second. Time out. Okay, number one, before I address the absolute fucking absurdity of that statement, I'm going to point out to you that there's Adirondack Medical Center, Bertrand Chaffee Hospital, Margaretville Memorial Hospital, and many others in New York. I could list off probably about a dozen more right here because I had to look up the names. There's Rome Memorial Hospital, there's Westfield Memorial Hospital, there's Garnet Health Medical, there's Clacton Hepburn. Those are all rural hospitals in the state of New York. And by the way, dude, when you say shit like that, you make the rest of us East Coasters look really fucking bad. Don't say shit like that because that's not how we think. The Midwest.
I literally live in rural New York.
Yeah.
I have I almost said I had a great hospital, but like I don't. But like,
I mean, but also, but cancel culture. When you say shit like that, dude, the Midwest of, and by the way, I've spent a lot of time in the Midwest of our country, and I've met a lot of really fine people, and been in a lot of really fine places. I actually spent a lot of time, believe it or not, in both Nebraska and Iowa. Those are important places for our country. There is a lot of food that is grown in those two states that is very important to our country. You really have no concept of what you're saying when you're like, fuck it, we don't need them. You literally don't know what you're talking about.
Let me help him out with that, sir. If we didn't have the farmers that we have right now, how long do you think it would take America to actually starve?
Sorry, what? Can you repeat that?
If we did not have the farmers that we have and the ranchers, how long do you think it would take America to starve?
Probably 6 months, but like we can acquire.
Would it shock you to know that it would actually be less than a month?
Val, we can acquire that food from.
No, sir. No other country. We fill the needs that our farmers can't supply. No other country within our region can actually fill what the American people consume.
We have soybean farmers who have not gotten paid for God knows who long.
Sir.
And no.
How many farms are there in the United States?
That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to say like we have soybean farmers who have not distributed or gotten paid for their product from China for a while now,
It's
right?
not that they haven't got paid for their product from China. It's that China quit buying it from those farmers.
Yeah,
Now,
yes.
there's something to
Because of
actually
the
be.
tariffs.
There's something that you actually need to know there.
No,
Who
I'm well
actually
aware.
told those farmers what to plant?
I know, but what I'm saying is that
No, no, no,
we
no.
have
Don't
been.
say I know. Who told those farmers what to plant?
Sorry, what?
Who gave those farmers the instructions on how much soybean to plant?
The USG. I don't know.
It'd actually be the U.S. government.
Okay.
Okay. Who blew up the deals that the U.S. government had with China?
Okay. What's your point?
That'd actually be Donald J. Trump in his first term.
Trump. Yeah.
Donald J. Trump put out of business 750 legacy farms. Do you know what a legacy farm is?
I guess you. I don't know. You have farm over one generation.
There's several generations of farmers on the same land. Okay? That's a legacy farm. 750 legacy farms out of business. 20,000 farms in total. Okay? And turned those farms, most of those farms, into corporate farms. Because when he gave the stimulus to bail the farmers out, he didn't bail the farmers out that had lost their land. He gave a lot of those bailouts to corporations to take over those farms.
Mm-hmm.
Are you starting to see the problem?
No, I see that farming is not. It's not a legacy thing that you should be doing.
What?
Right. Like farming is not a thing.
Sir, I want you to go out to a farm because where does he live again?
New York.
So-
He lives in the city.
I want you to go to Western New York and I want you to go up to a farmer that has owned the land for 5, 10, 20 generations, you're going to find in a lot of cases, and make that statement.
I mean, brother, it's like.
I just want you to do it.
No, I'm just saying, like AI came into the picture, right? And like you have to adapt to the current times, right?
Is
What do you-
AI going to grow your food now?
Yeah, who's growing your food?
No, I'm not saying that. Look, what I'm saying is like we can buy food from other countries for cheaper, right?
I
Sir,
also
that
just sorry, Bill.
Yeah, no, go right ahead. Actually, go.
I was just gonna be like, I'm not gonna be as respectful. I just think it's absolutely insane. Also, the lack of empathy, and just in the first place, you were like, these people voted against their own interest, so they shouldn't be able to go to the hospital. Are you kidding?
I mean, if they voted against it, yeah. I think you know.
See, that's just like I don't understand. I've never been able to understand like the lack of empathy.
I think you get what you vote for, right? You should not be profiting off of a vote that you didn't make, right?
What?
They were misled, as were you, but
No, they were misled, sure, but like,
Sir, you're going after people that made the same mistake you made, and asking them to pay. Hold on a second, sir. Asking them to pay consequences that you will not.
I don't pay consequences because I make enough to not pay consequences, right? Those people who made those choices have to live with it. Is that not fair? Is that not a fair statement?
Sir, I'm okay with people living with their choices, as
Yeah.
long as it doesn't unalive them or cost them
No,
everything
but
they've worked
maybe
for their entire lives.
here's the thing. Maybe it might. You know what? That's a choice that they made.
Choice that they made, sir. If
I'm
the
saying, dude.
president of the United States comes up to you and tells you, "Hey, If you go into this industry right now, you're going to make $1 billion. What are you going to do?
Probably join that industry.
That's the same thing that happens to these people. It's the exact same thing that happens to these people.
They had other things to assess the reality.
No,
Right?
sir, because over the last 4 years, they were actually starting to gain everything back. And then it got stripped from them again.
And also, taking away hospitals for people in these communities are also going to take away hospitals for the people who didn't vote for that. There are still people who live in rural communities who didn't vote for Trump.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
You can't punish.
Sir,
you can't punish everybody just because some people voted that way.
I know a lot of people have the FAFO thing going on. You know what I'm saying? That seems to be a thing. But here's the problem, sir. We all live in this country together. When a rural community goes under like that, it will hurt all of us eventually. As several rural communities go under, it will hurt all of us even more. It's a collective, sir. I know people don't like to hear that because you're so used to making money and living on your own. But the reason you make that money is because of the collective. If that collective doesn't make money, you don't make money.
I just don't think that. I think we have a disagreement here. Where I don't think that, I don't think it would impact us that much.
It's gonna. Holy cow!
No, seriously.
All right, wait, hold on. I want to level set here. What do you think wouldn't impact us that much?
The farmers going out of business, man.
All right. We can demonstrably prove to you that no, dude. Look, you've come up here with nothing but feelings, man. I'm going to call you out on this because you just have. You came up with the feeling, or I know people, or the whatever about undocumented immigrants coming in and eating sandwiches at the ER. Like, dude, come on. And now you're like, well, I don't know. I just feel like, no, we don't care what your feelings are. I don't care. I'm just cutting straight to it. None of us give a fuck about your feelings. Okay? Sorry, we don't. And what we do care about are the actual facts of the situation. What Val said is correct. That if our farmers went under in a month, we'd be fucked. Less than a month. We'd be fucked. So, that's actual information that we what?
Can't we just buy those products from
we can't, because other countries cannot supply us in the way that we supply ourselves. We purchase what we need to. If we get we can grow 80%, just as a hypothetical. This isn't a real number, but we grow 80% of our corn here. And then we import 20%. I'm just making something up, just as an example. Mm-hmm. There's no possible way that we could buy 80% of our corn magically from somewhere else. That's not going to happen. There's too many things, and we are too big of a fucking country. If we were a country of 30 or 40 million people, could we maybe do something would that maybe be a thing? Yeah, I mean, sure, probably. I could see where you might think that. That's never going to fucking happen in a place like the United States. You probably have no concept of how much of America is in fact farmland. I'm pretty sure I have a map, and I will try to pull it up in a second, but there's so much farmland in America, and I've spent a shitload of time in the Midwest. Despite being an East Coaster, I've spent a shitload of time in the Midwest. And when you spend a lot of time in the Midwest, you really begin to understand, A, these states are very big and very fucking flat. No offense to anyone from there, but they're very big and very fucking flat. But that makes them perfect for farming. And they're just big expanses and big tracts of farms. and they feed us. We can't just magically get that food from somewhere else. It's impossible. I understand you think that, but we can't.
And it's even harder than most people think. So grain would be a huge, massive problem. And the reason grain becomes a massive problem is because of Ukraine.
Yes.
Well, first, Matt, I appreciate you for telling me about that, because honestly, I don't really think about the Midwest at all. I think it's just like a shithole, like all Midwest. But you're telling me that they produce majority of our food?
Yes, and I want you and this map right here, okay? This is acres of land and farms as a percentage of land area. Okay.
That's
The darkest green here on the legend, okay? The darkest green is 90% or more. The next is 70 to 89%, 50 to 69%, 30 to 49%, okay? Now, you'll see as a percent on the East Coast, we don't have a ton, but hey, there's still some areas here that have the darker percentages. Then I want you to look at this strip of our country here, in the middle of our country. There is so much solid green. There's so much acreage here. If you don't have a concept of how much land that is, and all of those dark green little squares are 90% of that land is used as farmland in acres. Like, I cannot stress to you how much farmland that is.
Yeah, man. I did not think that we produce this much food. All right.
It's a ton of food. We produce most of our poultry. All our eggs come from, you know what I'm saying? Very few eggs are imported into this country. And when I say very few, it's probably less than 1%. Okay. And so all our poultry, all that, most of our fish, most of our cattle is still all here. Do you realize that farming and cattle ranchers are probably the largest portion of our GDP?
Hell no. I do not have that. Dude, I thought the Midwest was just like dude, I did not think much of the Midwest.
And Val, a great point here, and this is one that I brought up to people before. In what you were saying, eggs. Remember, Kansas, remember how the price of eggs went up? Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Why didn't we just go buy eggs from somewhere else?
Because transportation and shit, all that costs more.
Because we just...
Well, it's not just that.
We just couldn't.
Yeah, we just couldn't, and it's not just that, because other countries, and this is one of the things, everybody gets mad at Canada because they say Canada doesn't take our beef or take some of our stuff. The reason Canada doesn't take our milk, okay, which is a big production, is because we put things in milk they do not want in their country. Well, the same thing applies here. People do not do the testing that we do on chickens, we do on cattle, to make sure that we don't get bad beef or bad meat. Same thing with vegetables. So to get those things in place to make sure another country is producing something to our standards would take an immense amount of time.
Yeah. Okay, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I do not think that I would change my views based on what you guys are saying. And I think that you guys are right. Might be right. Might be right on this. It's
Ken,
difficult, man.
I really do think it's time for you to go to bed.
it's difficult to change my entire view of what I thought based on a fucking late night podcaster or whatever. It's difficult, man. But I hear what you're saying. I'll reconsider my positions. And thank you for spending the time to, bring this shit up. Thank you. All right, bye.
He said too much of that. Oh my gosh, no, Matt, while you were gone, we were talking about how he said turn water into wine. And he goes, I don't really like wine, just bourbon. I said, yeah, what kind? He goes, top shelf. He goes, oh no, it wasn't him. It was the other guy. He was like, it was Doug, I think. He said Maker's Mark.
Roy.
Someone in the comments said, oh yeah, Roy. And then someone in the comments said, too much of that top shelf Maker's Mark. Sorry, guys, that was Roy. My bad.
Did you just really refer to Maker's Mark as top shelf? I'm just curious.
It was not Roy, Rob. It was Rob. It was that guy, Rob. Oh my God, that guy. He said it, and then Keegan was ribbing him. It was, oh my God.
Oh my
Were you listening?
Well, yeah, I always whenever I'm not, I'm always listening.
I'm always watching.
Always watching, guys. No, I always want to keep it. I don't want to fully miss what's happened. So, yeah, no, I was listening and I was chuckling. And yes, that was kind of a dick move. So sorry, but not sorry. You were here at the right time for that. Sorry.
I knew he was rage baiting. Like, I just had a vision. Like, I came into the live and I was like, why are we talking about? Because he said, what did he say? Jesus fed all those people with the fish. I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh, Rob.
That last one was good. I think you need to clip the thing about the sandwiches.
I guess. Yeah. That would be a good clip.
Okay. If the sandwich is really, really good, I might also abuse the system.
I mean,
it depends on what kind of sandwich.
Val, did you catch the beginning of that? The sandwich conversation?
Oh my God, I missed the sandwich conversation. I was getting curious.
He was trying to say that undocumented people were going to the ER just to eat.
Huh?
He's like they're going to the ER and they're just getting a sandwich or something. They're just going there to eat. They're just getting a sandwich, and I'm like,
man, said by somebody that's never had hospital food, I'm guessing.
Just the idea that someone would sit in the waiting room of the emergency room for 5 hours just to get a ham and cheese sandwich is crazy to me.
In New York City, and it was like you're in New York City. Like, I lived in New York City, and I was like, not for nothing. There are a lot of places in New York City that if you are hungry, that there are a lot of places. There's a lot of food pantries, soup kitchens in different places. There are resources. I was like, any of those people would know about that, and that would be far easier to get a meal, to get some food, than to go sit in an ER and fake some sort of an illness. And he's to sit there for hours. If you're gonna go to an ER in the city, you're gonna be there for a long. This is insanity.
Cancel culture says fair point in the comments.
Hey man, I've only been to one place ever in my lifetime that could ruin Jell-O. It's a hospital.
Yeah.
I'm actually, I have a wheat allergy, so I can't have sandwiches at the hospital anyway. And last time I went, I was in the ER for 12 hours. And I was like, hey, I really just need to eat. I'm really hungry. And they're like, well, we have crackers, we have sandwiches. And I was like, yeah, I can't have any of that. So they brought me 2 applesauces, unsweetened, and 2 chocolate pudding cups. I was like, delicious. Thank you so much.
You were hungry.
I was like, I'm gonna pass out if I don't get some food.
I'd like to point out that when Keegan came to visit me, that I had gluten-free bread for him.
That was really nice. And then you also got me yogurt, and I didn't eat any of it, and I feel bad, but it's fine.
Bread is one of the weirdest things in this country. And I'll explain that because people that know me know I travel a lot outside of the United States. And my wife's usually with me. Now my wife has a thing. She has a gluten, you know what I'm saying, a gluten problem with bread. But she can eat bread out of the country.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's there's so many. It's weird. There's so many places outside of the country where different things affect different people. Keegan has met my girlfriend, and Forrest would say hi. By the way, this FYI. But she was just in Italy, and was drinking wine nonstop, and having a blast. And she comes back, and she's like, every time, she's like, it's just gotten worse and worse. Every time I drink wine here in the States, my headaches get worse and worse. And didn't used to affect her as much, but she's like, now it's just so bad. She was like, I never, ever, ever, ever get a headache from the wine over there. I'm like, yeah, it's the sulfites that they put in it to bring it over to the United States, and like it's just better there. And there's so many different things in other countries that are just, I don't know, better for different reasons.
The food is better. I really, truthfully, that's the one thing that I think both sides could actually have a conversation about. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Is improving the quality of food in the United States, getting rid of some of the preservatives. You know what I'm saying? Working towards those goals. Because I tell you what, when I eat overseas, it's an entirely different experience. And to me, the food tastes better.
Okay, well, he has more important things to deal with right now, like Tylenol causing autism. So we're not worried about our food right now.
Hey, he's building a ballroom, all right? Got to build the ballroom.
Oh yeah, got to build a ballroom. You mean the bunker?
Oh God, don't even. Yeah, why is Lockheed Martin and Raytheon and BlackRock involved with building a ballroom? That's not suspicious at all.
It wasn't about the East Wing; it's about what's under the East Wing, guys.
Someone in the comments said that we should pitch the sandwich thing to an SNL writer.
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord. Absolutely.
Hey, real quick, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. I think we can take one more. I'm going to take one more Trump supporter here before we're up. Thank you, by the way, guys. A couple of things real quick. Thank you for getting us over 400,000 likes. That's really wonderful. Really appreciate that. Thanks for being here on a Monday night. Drop a follow on the main account and the backup account, which is down here. Follow our friend Keegan over here. It's always good to see our friend Keegan, who doesn't love us anymore and doesn't really come around much because she hates us. But that's fine. It's all right. It's all right, bro. I don't care. You can hate me. It's fine. I don't care. But he's still our bro. It's fine. It's fine. And our friend Val, thanks for stopping by, Val, and drop a follow with Val too. I mean, I bet most of you do, but if you don't, that's great. If you're not following over on the tube, please follow over on the tube. Subscribe over there. Drop a like. Drop a comment. Watch for a little bit. That's great. Even if you come back here, it helps with the algo. Also, now you can get full replays. The next day, or just pretty much just after we're done. So if you want to watch another time, if you can't watch because we go late, etc., it's great. So we've got that. So that's my PSA. But if we could get one more Trump supporter, that'd be great. Otherwise, we might wrap up a little early-ish tonight. I don't know, because we did extra time last night, which was unexpected. You guys got extra time, so. But any Trump supporters, hop on up, please.
Yeah, you caught me. I just got back from. I actually met up with Mishi, if you know who that is.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's fun. You guys live close to each other?
No, she was flying through, headed to Mexico.
Oh, well, That's fun. Now Val, you travel a lot. Where's your what's your favorite spot outside of the country to go?
St. Martin.
Oh, I like St. Martin a lot. I enjoy it. That's a very nice island. That's a very fun place.
It's interesting, right? Because you've got the French side and the Dutch side of the
yeah.
island. People don't understand it's two countries. It's actually two. There's even a border.
Yeah, there really is. It's kind of wild, actually.
Yeah.
It's fun, but I liked it. I spent a little time there doing some work, actually, and it was a neat place. I liked it too.
Yeah, the food's incredible. And I spend a lot of time on the French side of the island, so
I've had a lot of good meals over there, a lot of good French meals. I love that a lot of the places that you can get, like when you go for breakfast, that when you get coffee, they'll just bring a French press right over to your table.
Right
and
to
I'm
you.
like, yeah.
Yeah, you can get, and the breakfast places are mainly, so everybody knows, you mainly eat outside. There's not a lot of indoor dining like you would think. You mainly eat outside. And breakfast, it's so great because you'll sit outside, they'll bring everything to you, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. That's a fun place. All right, that's a good pick. I like it, Val. That's very nice. Very nice. And once again, while we're chatting about it, we are looking to see if there's any more Trump supporters in here, any more Trump supporters who'd like to have a conversation. We'd like to talk to you about one of the subjects above. Apparently, everybody tonight, basically with the exception of that last guest, every single person has wanted to talk about the shutdown and why it's absolutely not Donald Trump's fault and why the Democrats are keeping the government closed and why they're starving people. The Democrats are.
He kind of blew that up himself. The second he asked for Congress to use the nuclear option, he blew that up himself. So there's that. And I don't think they're going to do it. But there's going to be conversations. They're going to talk about the health care. And they're going to have to deal with it because people are now starting to find out. They're starting to find out the lies that have been told about SNAP, and how the FDA had this funded already through a shutdown that would last a lot longer. They've predicted a shutdown a lot longer than this, and they have the funding for SNAP available and have had it the entire time. So they're starting to find out those lies. Yep. The whole thing. This is about this is about two things to me, and the more it goes on, the more it becomes clear. This is about Republicans yet again wanting to go after health care for citizens. And it's also about not wanting to put a woman in Congress that was voted in by, by the people in her state. This is why they're not wanting to do this. And in the end, it comes down to those little sneaky files nobody ever wants to talk about anymore. But that's what this is about.
Val, I'm kind of curious because I've been trying to think through this from a political standpoint because I'm wondering because I know Thune is kind of on record as not he's pretty opposed to using the nuclear option in terms of legislation. And I'm just curious, what do you think? Because I can't really, I wonder how mad Trump is going to get the longer that this goes on. And I wonder how the political calculus is going to play out for the Republicans because they are just getting pummeled. Their numbers are dropping and dropping. And every analysis would suggest that the party that is to blame at the beginning of the shutdown is going to be the party to blame at the end of the shutdown. Like, there's really not anything that's going to change that now. I think they miscalculated. I think they thought that they could flip this on the Democrats, and it simply didn't work. And so I'm curious if you think that Thune is going to roll over for Trump and do it, or if you think he'll stay. I can't figure out what he's going to do.
I don't see Thune doing it, and this is why. Thune, out of all of them up there, so everybody knows, Thune is actually historically a pretty reasonable Republican. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Historically, he actually understands government. He understands how it works. He understands history, and he understands why we do things. Guys, if they use the nuclear option, you open up Pandora's box. And that's what, and Thune knows this. Now, so everybody knows, everybody talks a lot about the filibuster, right? Well, the filibuster and what eventually became the filibuster in the 1840s, okay? What became the filibuster is something that our founders actually believed in. They believed in that no party could have unfeathered power. Okay? And so they tried different things along the course of, from our time of the Constitution through the 1840s, different things, and the filibuster ended up being the answer. Okay, to try to stop unfeathered power. That way, if it's the Democrats, and of course we had the Whig Party and different stuff back then, but now we have the Democrats and the Republicans, right? Those are your two main parties. Okay, so I don't think it would be good either way, right? I'm personally one of those people that if the Democrats had total unfeathered power, I believe we'd get in just as much trouble, just in a different way. Okay, and just like the Republicans, when their far right controls their party, if unfeathered power, which is what the president is trying to create for them, is getting us in trouble. And I think Thune knows that. And I think nobody really wants to open Pandora's box in that way, because if you do, and November comes next year, like we think it's going to come next year, and the Democrats take back over the House and the Senate, the arguments that are going to come from the unfeathered power that they're going to have because you use that option is scary also.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I agree. I think they're going to have to. I think they're going to have to come to. They're going to have to come. They're going to have to come to the table. There's going to have to be some sort of agreement. And somebody commented over on the tube, and I was going to say this. I kind of agree. I think one of the things that might be happening is that Trump coming out and saying to do it, but knowing that Thune isn't going to do it, makes him look.
Yeah, how much of it's theater?
Right. I mean, because then he can kind of be like, well, I told him to. I told him to do it, but and it's like, because I could see that also being a thing.
Right, because I mean his own words are hurting him here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was him in 2011, I believe, that said if we went through a government shutdown, it would be the fault of the president because he's the person that has to get these people to work together.
And play it for every single person who comes up and wants to talk about it. I'm just like, here you go. Explain that. And I do like it, though, when they're like, well, I disagree with him. And I'm like, all right, well, I got you to disagree with Donald Trump. That's a win. I'll take it. So I'm like, cool. That's fine. I also like to point out to them that it is meaningful that Joe Biden didn't have a shutdown. It's meaningful that Joe Biden didn't have a shutdown when he had a smaller margin in the Senate and he had 2 years of a Republican House.
That's because he knew how to negotiate.
Exactly. No, I'm not going to work on my Trump impression. It is what it is. I'm not going to try any harder to sound any more like him.
It hurts your throat.
I'll leave that up to Jaden, okay? Or Seth, our friend Seth. He does a wonderful job. I'm good. Thank you, guys. But guys, I gotta be honest with you. I have a headache. I don't know if it was the guest tonight, if it's the time change. I don't know what it is, but I am going to I'm gonna call it early tonight. Don't hate me, but I did give you extra time last night. We're not only on, and it doesn't seem like we got any Trump supporters up. So, I really would have loved to have gotten one up, but since it's been a solid 15 minutes now, so I'm gonna say probably no. But thank you. Can we get W's for Val and for Keegan coming by here at the end? This was fun. I'm sorry we didn't get to do one more, guys, but it's a good time anyways.
It's all good. Appreciate you and everything you do.
Thanks, Val. Same. Guys, once again, before they drop and before we end, please make sure that you're following Val and Keegan. Both great follows, and especially Val. You see him all over the place. Hosts his own lives. Always a great listen. So thank you, my friend.
And I make
appreciate
really good
you.
sandwiches.
Except for the bread. Gross. I mean, never mind. Guys, oh God. All right. We're gonna wrap things up, but before we go, we're gonna see who's on, and let's go raid somebody. Let's go say hi to one of our friends. See who's on. I don't know. Should we go raid? You guys want to go to Amanda or Santana?
Maybe Santana. Amanda's going to be getting close to friendly time.
Actually, you know what? Val is correct. In fact, she's probably if she's not almost there. So yeah. So I'm gonna put him. I'll put it down in the chat for you guys here. Give me 1 sec. That's a good call, Val. Because you know what? She always around about this time she's getting close to it. So.
I like what she's doing. I think it's good for your health to do what she's doing. I actually like what she's doing there. By taking the end of her live and just making it friendly time. I like what she's doing.
I might need to start doing that. But all right, so let's go raid Santana. Tell him I sent you. Tell him it's a raid. We love our friend Santana. Thanks again to Val and Keegan for stopping by. Guys, see you tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. And we'll catch you then. Bye, friends.
Bye, Matt.
Bye. Let's go see Santana. And to our friends on the tube, I appreciate you guys being here too. Thank you for watching over here. Thank you for your support. Thanks for engaging and helping out with the algo. It really does mean a lot. Thank you guys. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.